Hey, up, how are we all doing? Good to see you. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for a big night of Monday Night Football. Wolves against United. Come on. Come on, let's have it. We could do with a nice, fantastic, easy breezy Wolverhampton Wanderers win. That'd be fantastic if we could get Wolves win tonight. Oh, I would sleep wonderfully. It'd be brilliant. Then we can go into a nice Liverpool win tomorrow at the San Siro. I'll feel a whole lot better if we can pull that off. Something tells me that one's a little bit less likely than Wolves winning here, to be honest. But I'm intrigued. I am very much intrigued to see how Wolves set up, how Man United set up. We'll go through the lineups in a minute. We'll have a look through them. We'll obviously still be talking about, I'm sure, the Mo Salah reaction. I've just seen the Arne Slot press conference. I've just been briefly listening to Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football talk about the Mo Salah incident and everything. So I'm sure we'll get into that. I'm sure we'll talk about that throughout the live. I want to touch on that, I'm sure. Comments are quite interesting, aren't they, that are coming in from Arne Slot and Allison. And, you know, quite a few others. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens going forward. But evidently, Mo Salah has not travelled with the Liverpool squad to Inter Milan. That tells its own story, doesn't it? Let's be honest. We'll go through that in due course. But I do just want to talk first off and foremost, we've got to talk about Wolves against Man United, because what a huge game that is. Empty says, thoughts on Nicky Hayen, manager for Bruges, being fired for that old manager Ivan Leko? Oh, I didn't know he'd been fired. I did know that Bruges had, was it after the defeat the other night? Because I saw Bruges got beat. You got beat, didn't you? Was it St Truden you got beat by? I saw you'd got beat by St Truden. So I assume it's after that result. So not a good result for Club Bruges. But yeah, Ivan Leko coming back in. How do you feel about that as a Bruges fan? Let me know. But the lineups tonight, we'll go through them. Let's go through the United v Wolves lineups. Wolves in goal. It is Sam Johnstone, ex-Man United, of course, Sam Johnston. Mosquera, Agbadou and Totti at the back. Kiana Herver, ex-Liverpool fullback. Kiana Herver starts at right back. And Wolf, David Moller-Wolf, the new signing, starting on the left. I think he's got an awful lot of potential, you know, David Moller-Wolf. He's only played 8 games for Wolves this season. Hasn't really shown his ability. He's still only 23. Norwegian international, good player. Came in from Alkmaar. Did very well in the Eredivisie last season. I feel like there's more potential with him. David Moller-Wolf will be a good one to watch. In midfield, it's Bellegarde, Andre and Krejci. Again, Krejci, very good player. I thought he would be an asset coming into Wolves from Girona, but he's not had a brilliant start. And then up front, it is John Arias, just off Jørgen Strand Larsen. For Manchester United, it is Lamens in goal, Shaw, Heaven and Mazraoui at the back. Heaven, again, starting another Premier League game. Not sure about that. They're really putting the faith in him, aren't they? Dalot off the left, Diallo off the right. Casemiro and Fernandes, again, that double pivot, just sitting in front of Heaven. And then Cunha and Burmo and Mason Mount as a false 9. No Joshua Zirkzee. He's been dropped out the side. Lenny Yoro left out the side again. Garte, Martinez, Malacia, Menu and Dorgu on the bench. For Wolves on the bench, they've got Chachua. Jose Sarr left on the bench as well. Fer Lopez, Hwang Hee-chan, Shirewa, Bueno and a Rocadari on the bench. So yeah, listen, we've got loads going on in the chat. I can see everyone commenting. Good to see it all. FCB, good to see you. Callum says, did you see Allison's comments? Gakpo's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Come on. Oh, God, honestly, what is it with people? People have made Gakpo the scapegoat now. Everyone's talking about Mo Salah. Oh, Mo Salah, I'm the scapegoat. I've been thrown under the bus. Gakpo's by far more of a scapegoat than Salah. Callum says Isak Vertek can finally start as a 3, buzzing for that. And Liam says we've got a great point against Liverpool and all the talk is about Salah. Selfish. Well, yeah, listen, it's a good result for Leeds. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But yeah, Mo Salah taking all the headlines as per usual. And it was a good point that Jamie Carragher made. I've got to say, Jamie Carragher saying that Mo Salah spoke about 4 times in 8 years as a Liverpool player. And every time he's come out, he's kind of tried to do it with maximum impact to try and generate something, you know, pressure on the club to give him a new contract or, you know, whatever. He's done it a few times like this now, and it's not surprising. And Carragher, you can see he's very angry. He's very animated, and that's exactly how I was the other night. MT says, yes, today form was not great, but still came as a shock. And 3-star Red says, evening Key, some sad news today on the passing of the man who brought unisex tennis to Wimbledon. Rest in peace, mixed doubles. I like it. I'll have to tell my dad that one. Shay says Mason Mount scores tonight. He does, yes. Do you think? I don't think he does. I like Mason Mount, and he does tend to pop up with a goal when he starts in that sort of floating 9, half. I don't know what really position we'd call Mason Mount's position tonight, because he's not going to play as the main centre forward. He ends up drifting wide, dropping deep. And basically, at any one time, Cunha can be centre forward and Mbermo can be centre forward, can't he? Jaden, come on Wolves. Yes, come on Wolves. Come on Wolves. Absolutely right. Come on Wolves. Is my camera a bit off? It's not, is it? I don't think it is. I'm gonna move the table a touch closer. Hopefully that makes it a bit better. We'll see. There you go. You get a slightly better view now. But yeah, Wolves tonight at Molineux. Let me know your thoughts. It's going to be a very, very big game, this one. Repercussions at both ends of the table. Man United can go up to 6th, 5th. They can go up, you know, relatively to around the Champions League places. They can't get in the Champions League places, though, can they? So United can go joint 5th. Yeah, they can go 6th. They can go above Everton. So he'll go above Everton. United will go above Everton if they win. But Wolves don't move at all. But they need to get that first win of the season. 8-game losing run that Wolves are on, by the way. Callum says Alonso could be sacked Wednesday, Marcus say. That's silly, isn't it? I don't understand why. They'd make him... Yeah, I don't know. Alonso's a good manager. I wouldn't sack him. I wouldn't be sacking him. There's no patience with football clubs anymore, is there? Shamna says Sham here from Singapore again, watching this game. Good to see you, Sham. This kind of has a little bit of a... Well, it doesn't really have an impact on your team, West Ham, does it, I guess? If Wolves were to win, they're not exactly breathing down your necks. They're maybe still 8 points behind, but... Yeah. Do you think West Ham are going to get dragged into that relegation battle this season? I thought you were really unlucky against Brighton. I predicted West Ham to go down, but I just think with Nuno Santo coming in, it's completely changed things. Callum says they want Zidane back, I've seen. Apparently they want Klopp. Jørgen Klopp, yeah, I've seen that. Have you seen the FA Cup draw, Key? I saw that we got Barnsley. I think that came up before. But I haven't seen the full draw, no. Let's have a look. Man United to face Brighton. Right, here we go. So here's the full FA Cup draw for the third round. Wolves will play Shrewsbury. Doncaster, Southampton. Tottenham, Aston Villa. Ooh, that's a good game. Preston v Wigan. That's a derby, basically, isn't it? Ipswich v Blackpool, Wrexham, Forest, Charlton, Chelsea, City against Exeter. Oh, Man City, Exeter. West Ham v QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, Brentford, Fulham v Borough, Everton v Sunderland, interesting, Liverpool v Barnsley, Burnley, Millwall, Norwich, Walsall, Portsmouth, Arsenal, Derby v Leeds, Swansea v West Brom, Salford, Swindon, Hull v Blackburn, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Stoke v Coventry, that's a good game, Bristol v Watford, Macclesfield, what about Macclesfield getting Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, Mansfield, and yeah, Manchester United getting Brighton at Old Trafford, they won't fancy the chances there, you know. This Shy Boy says, evening Key, hoping the wife and daughter are well. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, they're very, very well. They're all good. Everybody else in the family at the minute seems to be dying of a cold and feeling all fluey and bunged up, but thankfully it's escaped me and us. We're fine, we're all good, but everyone else seems to be coughing their guts up. So hopefully, love to you and your family as well, mate. Hopefully all's good. Shay says, shocked that Liverpool get Barnsley, City get Exeter and we get Brighton. TNT got the FA Cup rights. They were never going to give United a shit team. And Liam says, away to Derby. FCB says, Stoke got a crap draw v Coventry, but still up the Potters. Shamner says, West Ham, I think, will change in the second half of the season. We'll get in a few players and just about stay up. And Callum says, yes, Sunderland versus Newcastle next weekend. Some massive fixtures coming up. By the way, I am doing the AFCON as well. So as well as all the great Premier League and European fixtures we've got coming up, I'm going to be doing the AFCON. So there's fixtures in the AFCON on Christmas Eve, on Boxing Day, on New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day. You know, it's one of the only live games that they'll be showing on those days. So I will be live. Not only am I live on Christmas Day, I'm live on Boxing Day and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day as well. So yeah, all good. All good. Right, come on. Right, sorry, I was just updating my story on TikTok. Fennec says Fulham v Borough is a test for Middlesbrough for the Premier League. It is indeed. And Chimey says, hey all, how's it going? Come on, United. No, come on, Wanderers. Come on, the Wanderers. What do you think about him dropping Lenny Yoro? Lenny Yoro out the side, Aidan Heaven starting. I don't know how that sits with me. Especially considering he's such a talented young player. Liam, I would laugh if Wolves win this. Typical United if it happens. And Brendan says, so is Carragher team Mo or team Slot? Oh, he's very much team Slot. Very much team Slot. I still think he's not particularly enamoured with Slot and he thinks that maybe he's under pressure and whatever. You know, but I don't think he's been very frustrated with Mo Salah. And to be honest, I get it. I get it. Do you know what though? I will say this. The amount of people who are desperate to make this about race is infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. The guy's been out the side a week. He's been out the side a week and he's thrown his toys out the pram and done a big public, media interview saying how ridiculous it is and all this stuff, like disrespecting his teammates. If you're out the side a week, mate, you've missed 2 games. Two games and you're throwing your toys out the pram. It is laughable for me. Chimey says Heaven is good too. Heaven is a good young player, but he's not Lenny Yoro, is he? One of them's a £60 million centre-back, thought of as one of the best young defenders in Europe. Aidan Heaven's not quite that. There you go, Kane. Very strange lineup by Amorim. I agree with you. As a non-United fan, I have to say I'm with you there, Kane. I thought it was an odd lineup too. I'm surprised he's got Heaven in centre-back and not gone with Lenny Yoro. And I thought he'd go Xerxes again, honestly. I thought Xerxes would start over Mount, but hey, there you go. Callum says, I'm a brown person. It's step up, not race. I'm sorry. That just caught me off guard, mate. 3-star Reds. I have got 500 Arsenal Premier League champion shirts, only slightly moth damaged. And Fennec, I wouldn't be surprised if Wolves got something out of this. Man United are not great at the moment. FPL says, hi mate, sent a very strongly worded email regarding your ban to TikTok higher-ups and HQ. If you get banned again, let me know. I'll be banned within a week, mate. You know me. Rule breaker. Bad boy. They just can't hold me down. No, it's silly stuff in it. I can't have a drink out of it. I've got to drink water from a bottle. Like, I can't be having it out of a glass with anything branded on. It's ridiculous. Shamner says, Ruben and Nuno are the same. Stubborn like shit and will not choose the players he does not like. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a bit of that with Arne Slot at the minute. There's plenty of Liverpool fans saying that Slot's got his favourites. He's got his favourites. But I don't think that's the case. I think Gakpo's getting a hard rap at the minute, just because he's Dutch and Slot's Dutch. People are putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5. Kane says, Yoro and Martinez not playing in Xerxes, very strange. You're throwing TikTok under the bus, Key. They threw me under the bus first. Empty says, Cheeto, OB, Martin and that other kids are so overrated. The United fans rating the kids in Academy so high is just stupid. And FPL says, your bottle's branded so you can't even drink them. Well, yeah, that's true. I was going to say, it's Nestle. No, it's because I had it drinking out of a glass of Carlsberg. Look at Klopp. He's promoting Erdinger. Look at the state of that. If he was on TikTok, they'd be happy with it, wouldn't they? FCB, the reason I think it's crap because they are in our league and low attendance and wanted to please use. I'm not sure what that means, mate. But yes, it's going to be an interesting afternoon anyway, an interesting evening rather. Kane says, United have always rated the youth high. It's what our club is built on. Exactly. And Red Rebellion says, I wonder if Wolves get their first win tonight. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. We're all here for it, aren't we? We're all cheering it on. Sorry, let me get over to Twitch. I'm missing out on Twitch chats. How are we doing? Key, are you live for Real Madrid against Manchester City on Wednesday? I hear Alonso could be sacked. I'm not. No, I'm not live for Real Madrid against Manchester City on Wednesday. I'm not doing that one. I am doing Bayer Leverkusen against Newcastle. That's the game that I'm going to do on Wednesday. So yeah, I'll certain I'll be listening out for Real Madrid and City. I'm certain that's a game I'll be keeping an eye on. But no, I'm 100% going to be watching Bayer Leverkusen Newcastle. Callum, I get why you laughed. I ain't got a filter. I'm just sweet and straight to the point. Good lad. I like it. That's exactly like me. Pointless having a filter anyway. People can usually tell when I'm lying anyway. My lips move. Just a little old joke there. What was I going to say? I had something to tell you and I can't remember what it is. My mind's gone. Callum says, Key never does the top teams. Why did someone ask that? Well, that's not true. That's not true. We're doing Wolves tonight, aren't we? I do the top teams, absolutely. But to be fair, no, it's nothing to do with that. It's not like me just being, I'm going to be special and different. I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm just going to do that Newcastle game because I think it will be better overall. And I can't really be arsed with the whole... And yeah, I don't know. That's the game that stood out to me anyway. I think it's a better game. And it's more unpredictable as well. I personally think City will wipe the floor with Real Madrid. Honestly, I think Real Madrid are in the mire. They've been terrible recently, and I think City will wipe the floor with them. And, you know, that's fine, because it'll actually probably boost City in the league. But I think City will win quite comfortably in the end. And I think Newcastle by Leverkusen is going to be the better game. FPL says, Wolves 2-1, see you at 9:30. Good lad, we'll see you. Callum says, what about Barca PSG as well? You missed that one. And wasn't someone else on that night? Sure we did something else that night. There was a big game on that night, Barca PSG. Can't remember who it was like. Callum says, Madrid 0, City 3. I'm going to put it on my acca. They will. They'll batter them. They'll absolutely batter Real Madrid. I watched Real Madrid the other night. They were absolutely shocking. I watched them against Elche a couple of weeks ago. They weren't great then either. Celta Vigo battered him. Sam says the stadium looks empty. Yeah, there's a protest, Sam. Didn't you say there's a protest for the first 15 minutes of the game? They're not coming in. Sam was telling us about this, by the way. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a protest at Wolves tonight, protesting the owners. They're not happy, the Wolves fans, about maybe a lack of investment, I'm guessing. Sam, is that the case? Not a lack of investment, lack of direction. I'm not entirely sure what you want from your owners. I don't know. But either way, I'm told reliably from our favourite Wolves fan, Sam, in the chat, that there is a protest tonight at Molyneux, and for the first 15 minutes of the game, the stadium is going to be largely empty. Blake says, Salah has carried Liverpool in one of their most successful periods in their history. His treatment has been nothing short of a disgrace. Imagine Gerrard being treated like this. Come on, Blake. Sorry, Blake. You absolutely have to be on a wind-up here. You have to be on a wind-up. There is no way I'm having that you're saying it's a disgrace the way Salah has been treated. What do you mean how he's been treated? He's been out the side a week. 2 games he's missed. It's something. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't understand people are actually supporting the kid. He's been out the side for 2 games. Two games. Can we have a little bit of perspective, please, Mo? You've been out the side 2 games. Kane says he hasn't carried them. Van Dijk, Alisson, Mane, Firmino, Henderson and Robbo are equally just as big as him. I mean, people keep saying that as well. Yeah, it's Salah. He single-handedly won Liverpool a title last year. I'm pretty confident that Alisson saved us in unbelievably amounts of numbers of one-on-ones when, you know, our defence was all over the place. Van Dijk had probably one of the best seasons he's ever had for Liverpool. Ryan Gravenberch was in the PFA Team of the Year and he got PFA Young Player of the Year. He was phenomenal. He was, in different ways, just as big and as important as Mo Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold probably had his best season for us as well. He was fantastic before he went. Loads of great... You know, Diaz had a good season. Loads of great players who've played for Liverpool last year and played big parts in the league. The thing is, they all wouldn't be champions without Mo Salah. And he wouldn't be champions without them. That's why Liverpool Football Club, the same as United, it's about the team. You can't have individuals and superstars, and it's not about them. It has to be about the team. As soon as you start having individuals and making it about them, it doesn't work. Whole thing falls down. Reece says Steven Gerrard never ever went out and spoke shit about Liverpool. Listen, Gerrard did some questionable things too, but he never went to the media mid-season and did what Mo Salah just did, especially after a big defeat. He never did that, and he wouldn't do that. And also, Steven Gerrard never put in some of the questionable performances we've seen from Mo Salah this season. And when I'm talking questionable performances, I'm not talking about quality, I'm talking about effort. I don't ever remember Steven Gerrard strolling round the pitch, which at times I feel like Salah has been guilty of. Now, that might be because he's been frustrated behind the scenes, and that's entirely fair. Be frustrated, but still give your absolute everything on the pitch. Sam says, yes, investment has been really poor. Fossen and Jeff Sheet are clueless. And FPL says he's in his right to throw his toys out the pram. He wants to try and put a bandage on a shark bite. Bless him. Right, come on, Wolves. Listen, if ever you needed to win a game of football, it's tonight. Put these to the bed, to the sword. Why are they wearing black? Why are United wearing black? They surely should be in the red away kit or the red home kit. Oh, it's so annoying that because I've put Cunha in the red kit, doing that with the badge on the thumbnail. It always frustrates me that. I know that's sad. I know you'll say, okay, that's absolutely sad and pathetic, and you'd be right. But when I pick the team's kit that I think it's going to be, and then it's not that kit, it just irritates me. Right, Amarim and Rob Edwards having a bit of embrace. Sam says, lucky key, stream will get a win. Lucky key stream will get a win. I hope so. The lucky key stream. Yeah, sorry, I read that completely wrong. My head's up my arse tonight. Need to drink more water. FPL says Cunha goal is inevitable tonight. Right, well, we're off and underway. Let me get the clock going. Oh, hey, oh! Whoa, hey, he went down early there. That was a claim for a penalty then. Right. Come on. Let's have an early goal here, Wolves. Put them to bed nice and early. FPL says, I've got my yellow socks on. Don't worry about Lucky Sam. That's a corner. Nice early pressure this from Wolves. Here's Mbermo pushing forward. Straight through, all the way through to Johnston. Do we think Sam Johnston maybe had a bit of a hard luck story not getting through to the first team at Manchester United? It feels like there's a fair few goalkeepers Dean Henderson, Sam Johnston. Feels like there's a fair few good young United goalkeepers who've come through that academy and then they've left and ended up being quite decent Premier League keepers. And then you look at the struggles United have had with getting goalkeepers and keeping steady goalkeepers. I'm pretty confident that Sam Johnston would probably do a job for him. I'm not saying he would be a starter over Lamens, but I think Dean Henderson would be, wouldn't he? Adrian says, hi Key mate, how's it going? Wolves fan tonight? We are all Wolves tonight. We are all golden tonight. Oh, God, don't fanny about with it at the back. I hate it when they have these three at the back Wolves, because they never seem to have an awful lot of composure, these three centre-backs. There's none of these three centre-backs are particularly good on the ball. They always look erratic. So, if your full-backs are high, or your wing-backs are high, they're so easy to get caught. If United score tonight, my prediction is it's that Wolves, one of those Wolves centre-backs gets caught in possession. One of them will get caught in possession, probably Agbadou. Even though he's probably the best one on the ball, actually. MT says, we've got better goalkeepers coming out of our academy than United. Oh, listen, Bruges always have good goalkeepers. Belgium as a whole, to be honest, produces good goalkeepers, don't they? Michael Brown says, Kieran, do you ever think Salah will play for Liverpool again now he has been dropped from the squad? Not for me. No, not for me. I don't think he plays for Liverpool again. I expect he doesn't play against Brighton. Although, actually, do you know what? No, he will play against Brighton. I think... Do you know what? I think the club are going to play this very, very tactically. Because I think they know that the fan base is a little bit divided at the minute. And ultimately, I don't like what Mo Salah's done. But he's still a Liverpool legend. And for that reason, I'm pretty confident that against Brighton at Anfield next weekend, the cries for Mo Salah will be absolutely deafening, right? They will be absolutely deafening. So, what I think Arne Slot and Liverpool will do is they will start him next weekend against Brighton. Come hell or high water, as long as he trains, he will start against Brighton next week. Because it would be far worse, wouldn't it? Imagine a world where it's 4D chess from Liverpool and Edwards. If they play him and he scores and they play well and Liverpool win, then it looks like a genius move to bring him back in, doesn't it? Looks like a really smart move to bring him back in. And then Salah goes off to the AFCON and it's kind of like, we've buried the hatchet, right? He still doesn't look good, but Liverpool come out of that looking quite well. If he plays and drops another absolute shitstorm, like doesn't play very well at all, Liverpool can sub him off and it won't really be an issue, will it? He'll just be like, well, yeah, we've played him, we've started him. But if they sit him on the bench... and Mo Salah, they're crying out the crowd, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, it's going to look really, really funny, and it's going to look really uncomfortable for Arne Slot. So I imagine that what happens is he gets left out of the side tonight for Inter, and he'll get left. He'll be put straight back into the team against Brighton. Callum says, Key, I'm more excited for the World Cup than for the rest of the season right now. And 3-star Red says, evening Tolga, how's it going Tolga? FCB, Key, help me out with my sickness bug. Wish I could, mate. Yeah, listen, everyone's poorly at the minute, it feels like. Goliath says, I think that's a massive error personally. It's a leadership challenge. Slot looks weak as fuck if he plays him. I think he's got to play the game a little bit, mate. I agree with you. I think if it was anyone else, if it wasn't a club legend, he would be out. But given how delicate the situation is at the minute, that Liverpool's form is a little bit, up and down, it's a bit questionable, I think he will put him back in. I'm almost certain that he puts him back in. Tolga says that Man United are going to win this one tonight. And Michael Brown says, Kieran, do you think the Liverpool fan base will turn on Salah for his comments like they did with the local lad Trent last season and boo him the way they did with Trent? No, because the Trent situation was very, very different. It was very, very different. I think with Salah, it feels that the Liverpool fan base is a little bit divided. Yeah. Pure Wait says, have you given up on TikTok, Key? No, mate, not at all. No, I'm suspended on TikTok. I'm suspended for 72 hours. So, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. I just did the stream as normal. But TikTok's incredibly sensitive. So, yeah, I got a ban. Or a temporary suspension. This shy boy says, I think LFC were determined to move on before the statement. 400k a week for a guy with dwindling resale value with Turkish and Saudi markets suitable. Well, that's true enough. When does LFC start to worry about failing for the Champions League and running into FFP issues? FFP won't be a problem for Liverpool next season. Liverpool have a 25% contract reduction clause built into every single player's contract. It's a very smart move that a lot of other clubs don't have. But Liverpool have it baked in. So that if Liverpool's revenue drops sharply for one season, which, you don't qualify for the Champions League, you can expect that. But basically, Liverpool can probably tolerate a couple of seasons out of Champions League football with their current wage structure before it becomes a problem. Man United in down the left-hand side. Keep them out, Wolves. Big chance. Should be. What a save. Oh, I tell you what. Dalot. He scored his first goal for Man United the other week. Or his first goal at Old Trafford. Really poor this time from Dalot. Gets into the box. Opens his body up. He should score. It's a fabulous pass, this. He's miles onside. Look at the Wolves' defence. Absolute statues at the back, the Wolves' defence there. Dalot's one-on-one with the keeper. He's got to score. He has got to score. So poor. Reece says, if FSG have any balls, they'll get him gone. Chance. Oh, another big save from Johnston. United are absolutely peppering the Wolves goal at the minute here. Blake says, Carragher and ex-Liverpool players have thrown him under the bus. No, I think you're on a wind-up here, Blake. You're on a wind-up here. You're not serious about that. Goliath says, that's a very smart contractual move for Liverpool. Yeah, there's a big... Oh, it's going to go behind for a corner. Mazraoui with the shot from distance. I think they're just taking a few pot shots here, United. They're not really overthinking it. They're just having a go. Michael says, Salah versus Slot. There's only one winner. The board will back the manager in the same way the United board backed Ten Hag over Ronaldo. It's true. You have to. Manager's the most important person at the football club. Always. Always. But I do think Liverpool will play it strategically and Salah will be back in the side against Brighton. And I think that's more playing the crowd more than anything. That's maybe playing the audience. Hey, Jag, just a guy. How's it going? Good to see you. Man United now down the right-hand side. Played into Mbermo. Oh, and he's crowded out. That's really poor from Mbermo. Very, very poor. And the ball's kicked out of play. Who's down here for United? Mazraoui. What's he down with? I think John Arias maybe caught him. Let's just watch this back. Ooh, yeah. Oh, he does get caught there. That's naughty. Yeah, it's not a red card, but it's a bit clumsy more than anything. He kind of goes to put his boot down, and it doesn't catch him nicely. It's a nasty looking one. Jag says, Dave. Hi, Key. How's it going, mate? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, man. How are you? How's one of our favourite blue noses? Jag says, how many players do you think are behind Salah? Has Slot lost the dressing room? No, I mean, look, you saw, I don't know if you've seen the press conference today where Alisson comes out and speaks. I think Alisson spoke very, very eloquently about it, and he said, look, the players are absolutely behind the manager. This guy won us a league title last season. We understand what a fantastic manager he is, and we believe in his ideas 100%. And then they said, do you think Salah was wrong for saying what he did? And he said, well, Mo Salah's got free speech, same as anyone else. You've got freedom of speech, but I think, what did he say? Mo's intelligent enough to know that you've got to deal with the consequences. So, in other words, Alisson believes, and I think that's a fairly logical conclusion to draw, Alisson believes that there should be some consequences for Mo Salah for what he said. And I think that's right. I think ultimately that is the logical reaction to this. It's ridiculous that you would have people who are backing Mo Salah in this situation when he's come out and said that I don't need to train, I don't need to prove myself, I don't need to do anything like that. I've done so much for this club. I should just get my place in the side. It's ridiculous. I can't believe anyone would support that. And actually, you've got people saying if you don't support that, then you're a massive racist. Blake says Michael Edwards should put the nail in the coffin of Arnold van der Slot. Alonso will be available by Christmas. Hey, listen, Xabi Alonso doesn't seem to get on with half of his players either, by the way. So, we talk about man management, people having a pop at Arne Slot. Xabi Alonso isn't getting on with most of that squad. And Brendan says Carragher slating Salah but proving his scapegoat point by... Hang on a minute. By proving his scapegoat point by blaming him for not passing to Wirtz to score and not helping the new players enough. Well, he isn't. Do you not... Hang on a minute. Brendan, do you not think that's the case? Who replaced Salah in the lineup this week against Leeds? It's Florian Wirtz. He's 22 years old. He's just joined the club. You've got Mo Salah, who's this icon of the Premier League. And he's basically having a pop at you, isn't he? He's basically having a pop at you. That's what it feels like to me. If I was Florian Wirtz, I'd be like, well, hang on a minute. Why are you calling me out? Why is it so ridiculous that I'm playing in your place? Sahel Salemtor says Chiesa or Diallo, Kirkes or Dorgu, De Ligt or Van Dijk. Van Dijk is well better than De Ligt. That's a ridiculous question. Kirkes is well better than Dorgu. Again, ridiculous question. And Amad Diallo is a better player than Federico Chiesa right now. But I think Federico Chiesa, if he's fit, is a better player than Diallo. If he's fit and he's like on form, like ready, I think Chiesa's got a better, is a better player. But ultimately, Amad Diallo's always fit and generally speaking, always like peak sharpness. Chiesa isn't. This shy boy says, it was said very delicately. It wasn't a political answer, but he handled the comment with a gentle touch. Agreed. And Jag says, too many people want to take sides. Both things can be true. That Salah feels thrown under the bus and Slot was right to bench him. Yeah. Goliath says a racist. Yeah, well, listen, people are using the race card with the Mo Salah situation and saying that there's quite a if you're attacking Mo Salah in this situation, then maybe there's a reason why, and it's not football related. That couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, maybe it is with some people. Maybe it is with some people. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone that's having a pop at Salah. But that stick is being used a lot at this moment in time, and it's, I think, incredibly short-sighted. Michael says, Kieran, I think Salah will go in the January transfer window. He can't stay after his comments regarding Slot. Liverpool will look to get rid of him as quickly as Man United did with Ronaldo. It's going to be difficult to get Mo Salah off the wage bill in January. Who's going to pay big money for him, and who's going to take the 350, 400 grand a week wages on? I don't think Mo Salah is interested in going to Saudi or the MLS. I don't think he has any interest at all in going to those places. This guy is someone who absolutely firmly believes that he is a top quality player, still capable of winning Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. There you go. There's all the Wolves fans filtering back into the ground. They're all entering now after minute 15. They've done their protest. And to be honest, in the first... Oh, very nearly Aiden Heaven having an absolute shocker there. He will hold his hands up. Jesus Christ. Blake says, Alisson knows his position is under threat. I believe he's protecting his interests, siding with the coach. Alisson's going at the end of the season anyway. I don't think he really matters to him all that much. He's the best goalkeeper in the world. His position isn't under threat. Chimey says, Key, would you still back Slot even after Liverpool gets relegated? Liverpool aren't getting relegated, but I would back Arne Slot no matter what this season. I think relegation would be, probably a deal breaker on that. But if we finished 14th, I would be probably still Arne Slot in. Yeah, I would. Ev up the toffee says, need a Wolves win. And Brendan says, it's not Salah's fault other players haven't performed. What he's done is not right, but 100% he's being scapegoated. He's not being scapegoated. He's not being scapegoated. How is he being scapegoated when every other player in the team is getting the same treatment as him? How is he getting different treatment than anyone else? He's definitely not getting scapegoated. That is an absolute nonsense shout. That's the one thing that Mo Salah cannot say. He is not getting scapegoated. He has got no worse treatment than anyone else. None. Absolutely none. Reese, who's better, Key, Saka or Prime Rivaldo? Fuck off, Reese. Who's better, Saka or Prime Rivaldo? Michael says, I understand Liverpool have targeted Bournemouth's Semenyo as Salah's replacement. Your thoughts? No, I don't think Semenyo is good enough to replace Mo Salah. He's not a player that I want anyway, to be honest. I don't think he's a top quality player. He's a good player, but not a player that should be playing for a side with ambitions of chasing titles and Champions Leagues in years to come. This shy boy says Salah is very self-motivated. He always has been. With the right attitude and supporting cast, he's unstoppable. And that's also very true, isn't it? The fact that we've had, we've got this player who's incredibly selfish and single-minded, and that's probably one of the reasons he's hit the numbers that he has over the years. You have to be a little bit of a head case, let's be honest. You've got to be a little bit selfish and egotistical to perform at the levels he has so consistently for years and years. You have to be that way. But I think he's taken it far too far, put it that way. Prince Rupert says, Wolves are shockingly bad. Even Derby had more points in their record season. I still think Wolves will get closer to staying up. I'm not going to say I think they'll stay up, but I think they can stay up. I do think they can turn it round. Jag says, I must have missed it. What's the protest over? It's over the ownership of Wolves. Fosun. They don't invest enough, basically. That's the protest. They're looking for more investment. Brendan says, Carragher literally just scapegoated him live on Sky 40 minutes ago. Carragher's been scapegoating him all season. Let's agree on what the term scapegoating means, mate. What is scapegoating to you? In what way has he been scapegoated? Because I think we're maybe talking cross purposes here. Scapegoated in my mind is that he is being blamed entirely or almost entirely for Liverpool's downfall this season. And I don't think anyone, Jamie Carragher included, has ever said that Mo Salah is primarily responsible. He's partially responsible, of course he is, but he's partially responsible in the same way that so are the 11 other players who are on the pitch, or 10 other players who are on the pitch, and Arne Slot, and the other players coming off the bench. He's only as responsible as those. That's it. Blake says, do you agree Salah is a Premier League legend? Has Slot given any reason as to why he's dropped him? Yes, Mo Salah is a Premier League legend, and yes, Arne Slot has given a couple of reasons as to why he's dropped him. He has said that he thought Liverpool looked quite open and quite vulnerable against Forest and against PSV, and for that reason, he wanted to make a change and put an extra man in midfield. So that's why he brought Florian Wirtz in. And he played with Vert, McAllister, Sobersley and Gravenberch. He then said that he felt that we lacked a little bit on the right against Sunderland. He brought him on against Sunderland. He brought Salah back into the side. But and then he said, and against Leeds, I experimented with a slightly different approach with Ekitike starting up front. So I just think we're looking at a manager we've brought a lot of players in over the summer, a lot of which are not Arne Slot signings. It's quite evident. Arne Slot has had a number of players forced onto him. Not that I don't think he would have wanted those players, but he probably wouldn't have deliberately chosen those players if he had the choice. If it was entirely his decision, I don't think he'd have chosen all of the players that we actually got this summer. So I think what we're seeing is a manager who's had a load of players foisted onto him, and he's now trying to work out, right, exactly how do I fit all these together, because it feels like when I'm putting him in the formation I thought might work, it hasn't quite worked, so I'm responding to that. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Eventually we'll land on a formation that feels right. Jag says, not a top player to be chasing titles in Champions League. Perfect Arsenal signing then. And Jag says, yeah, what is scapegoating? Can you not criticise someone without them being a scapegoat? Daz says, do you start Hugo and Isak tomorrow? I think we have to. I think Isak probably starts centre forward. Ekitike starts off the left. Gakpo's out injured, of course. So I imagine it will be. Yeah, Vert, Ekitike, Isak as a front three. Sahel says, I can't think of a single player from Africa that looks like they can carry on Salah's legacy. Anyone who you think can get to his level one day? I mean, the young lad at Leipzig is causing waves at the minute. The one who actually, funnily enough, Liverpool are allegedly targeting to replace Mo Salah, Jan Diamand. He's Ivorian. He is absolutely sensational at the minute. He's playing really, really well in the Bundesliga. He's got 8 goals and assists in 13 games in the Bundesliga this season. And he's 19, playing for RB Leipzig. An awful lot of quality, I think, there. Oh, unlucky Wolves. Better play. Good defending. Wolves need to try and get out here. They just can't get out their own half. United are all over him. That's a foul, referee, and a yellow card, sir. Let's have a yellow card for that. Let's have a yellow card for him. Don't want to give any yellow cards, these refs. Dave says, everyone's saying scapegoated when Salah hasn't played well and been dropped for that. Nothing else, I think, Key. I'd agree, mate. Yeah, I'd absolutely agree. Callum says, is it just me that thinks Gravenberch is lazy? He got turned easy by Stack on the weekend. He's not lazy, mate. I think he's knackered. You've got to remember he's played like every minute of every game. And I feel like because we haven't got many options in midfield, we're not really doing the whole rest and rotate. Like, Gravenberch's going to start tomorrow, isn't he? He's going to start no matter what. If he's fit, he starts. And we need to maybe take him out the side for a few. And I don't think we're going to have that luxury, sadly. Goliath says, also, if there was more defensive options, do you think Van Dijk may have been benched too at some point? TalkSport seems to suggest that may have happened, and curious on your thoughts. Oh, this is poor. Wolves. United are in. Oh, what's he doing? No, keep him out. Oh my God, how's that gone in? Bruno Fernandes with a goal. I tell you what, Wolves, relegate him now. Relegate him now. I tell you what, this is horse shit, this. United have literally, they could have put a little yellow bow on that goal. Oh, fucking United. Honestly, they could plat sawdust these. They don't even score good goals. They just score goals that get handed to them. What's the check for here now? Is it going to be a check? Oh, please let it rule out. Get it ruled out. Get it ruled out. Get it ruled out for something. Anything. Andre, you stupid Fruit Loop. What are you doing? When you're in that position, put it out. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. You're never getting a foul for that. Never, ever, ever. And then honestly, the keeper, the defender, every one of them. Oh, that's a sackable offence, that. That is, get him gone. Andre, I nearly said I'd be pulling him off the pitch. I wouldn't do no such thing. I'd be, subbing him, though. Sub him off immediately. Oh, that's an absolutely dreadful goal to concede. Phew. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Right now, I don't think Wolves are going to get back into this now somehow. Yeah, with Van Dijk, I don't know. I don't think Van Dijk would get dropped. I think he's the captain. I think he's the leader. And I'm not, apart from a couple of head loss moments, the handball against PSV, I don't actually think Van Dijk's had a bad season. Van Dijk's been fine. He's been okay. He's had Konate next to him dropping 3 out of 10s most weeks. He's had a different goalkeeper behind him most of the season, different left back, different right back, different midfield in front of him. I feel like there's only a limited amount you can do when you're getting that changed every week. So, he's got my eternal sympathy, I think, Virgil van Dijk, for dropping a couple of 4 or 5 out of 10 games. And do you know what? And it's the same with Salah. This is why it's madness what Salah's done. Because Mo Salah wasn't getting a massive amount of criticism from the Liverpool fan base. This is why the idea that he's been scapegoated is nonsense. Salah wasn't getting loads of stick. There was a few people saying, oh, he should do better, he needs a better season, blah, blah. But no one was really... There was no real outcry to drop him or anything like that. He was fine. He'd have been back in the side. He'd have probably started. Well, he would. He'd have started tonight against Inter if he'd have just kept his fucking mouth shut. Nothing wrong with him. But, he couldn't keep his mouth shut. Brendan says, again, he's got about it terribly. I agree on that. But Salah's been criticised more than anyone else, despite being far from the worst, and Slot dropped him against Sunderland. Right, dropping him against Sunderland, is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with him being dropped? The same as everyone else? Is it fine for him to get the same treatment as everyone else, or do you think Mo Salah should get special treatment? Because if he does think that, Mo Salah's not the right player for Liverpool anymore. Maybe Liverpool have outgrown him, maybe he's outgrown Liverpool, I don't know. But you can't be expecting special treatment at Liverpool, it doesn't exist. Callum says, what happened to that Trezeguet? He dropped off well bad since 2019. Trezeguet is in the Egyptian. They're in again here, United. Oh, off the line. Jesus Christ. Amadou. Oh. Amad Diallo. Oh, United. Honestly, Wolves are terrible at the minute. Wolves are literally all over the place. Oh, and I did say, didn't I? I did say, do you know what? I wish I could reel back. Didn't we say at the start of the live, if any goal was going to go in for United, it was going to be that one of them got caught in possession at the back? I mean, I didn't think it'd be the midfielder. I said it'd be one of the centre-backs. But they were passing it around at the back so carelessly. They've done it all season, and I could just see it happening. With those split centre-backs, it's a nightmare waiting to happen, that. Brendan says, but started McAllister and Gakpo, which was a shocker of a decision. But we haven't got anyone else to start in midfield, really, and Gakpo has been dropped. Gakpo's had the same treatment that Salah's had. Dave says, what's your score tomorrow's key, mate? I feel it'll be a hard game for you. I'd take a point now, Dave, to be honest with you. I'd take 2-2, 1-1, 0-0. I'm not bothered. I'd take a point now at the San Siro. Inter, second in the league. They're only a point behind Napoli. Yeah, I'd take a point. I think a point away at Inter's a good result. Blake says, thoughts on the diving antics Man United were up to in the game against West Ham. Standard United. Welsh Wing says, I'm telling you, Wolves are beating the Derby record. And Prince Rupert says, there's no way Wolves are staying up. Welsh Wing says, Van Dijk has body swapped with Nicki Minaj this season. Is that because of the twerking? I get it. Callum says, Ramos is looking to leave Monterrey. I think he should join AC Milan with Modric. And Welsh Wing says, why can't he drop Konate for Gomez? Because Gomez is getting fucking injections in his knee. He can't walk. He can't play 90 minutes twice in a week. The kid is broken. He's a wonderful defender, Joe Gomez, but he can't do 90 minutes twice in a week. Joe Gomez is not a serious option. Oh, hey, ref, red card, sir. Let's have a red card for that, ref. Let's have a red card. Aiden Heaven, red card. Are we giving it? Offside. Oh, I tell you what, he's a lucky boy, Aiden Heaven. He's a lucky, lucky boy. If he's onside here, I tell you what. Nah, he's miles off. He's miles off, and that was a foul. That would have been a red card, Aiden Heaven. Yeah, Joe Gomez can't play two games in 2-3 days, whatever it is. Sam says, we're bad, mate. We're going down, no doubt. We can't score goals. And Goliath says, I hope Wolves play like this at the weekend. Oh, is it Arsenal Wolves? You'll put 9 past these. Brendan says, we're not going to agree, but what we can agree on is Wolves are laughably bad. Yeah, sadly. And Goliath says, I don't see anything wrong with Slot switching things around to get a result. Is that not his job? Exactly. Yeah, I think that's exactly what the manager should be doing, to be honest. Jordan, he punches who he wants. Daniel Munoz. Has he actually done that, by the way? I heard the rumours Daniel Munoz had been arrested. But I apparently it was just a scurrilous rumour on X. I don't know if it's actually what's happened. Welsh Wing says, would you blame Michael Edwards for prioritising attackers over defenders? Well, no, because it's a strategic thing, isn't it? I guess, like, Liverpool have tried to sign players who will hold their value. We've tried to sign players who are 21, 22, and younger, and like give them a platform. We've tried to go out and sign the best young players in world football. That's what Liverpool have done. Arsenal took a different approach, but we've gone a little bit more like Chelsea, I guess. We've not gone as gung ho as Chelsea, but Chelsea have gone the best young players in world football. Liverpool have gone the best young players in world football. We went and got players like Leone and Kirkes and Wirtz and Ekatike. We've gone and paid big money for these players. And it's a strategy at the end of the day, isn't it? Arsenal have gone and signed players who are 26, 27, 28. And those players are immediately ready. They don't need to grow and learn and adapt. They're already pretty much in their peak. So Arsenal will be better now. Welsh Wing says the Luis Diaz sale is baffling to me. Why? Why is it baffling? He was on 80 grand a week, mate. He was never going to sign a new contract because we weren't going to treble his wages like Bayern were. Bayern are paying him like 3 times what we are, basically. So we're not going to treble his wages. And we got offered 70 million quid for him. He had like 18 months, 2 years left on his deal. And he was raging. He asked for a move. He said, give me a new contract or sell me. That was the argument from Luis Diaz. And yeah, he was on very, very low money. And in the end, Bayern Munich came in and offered him massive amounts of money to go. John, Wolves to win 3-2. Welsh Wings, I should have kept him with a new contract and sold Gakpo. But I think if you'd have asked most Liverpool fans last season who do you want to sell, Gakpo or Diaz, I'm pretty confident most would have said Luis Diaz. Yeah. Luis Diaz was he looks a lot better now, doesn't he, at Bayern? He looks a lot better, but that's because he's playing in the Bundesliga, so he's scoring for fun. But if you put Luis Diaz in this Liverpool team, I don't feel like we'd be any better off. I honestly don't. Luis Diaz had just as many, moments like Gakpo where he was strolling around the pitch and throwing up anonymous performances. Blake says, at what point do we start considering Ruben Amorim a world-class coach? Probably when he starts doing things that are world-class. Goliath says, I don't think I could survive on a paltry 80k per week. It's peanuts, innit? Won't get out of bed for less than 75. Sam says, got more chance of my 1-year-old nephew scoring 3 than this team. Put him on the pitch, mate. He might get a game. He's got to be better than Andre. He's got to be better than Andre. 35 minutes in. It's another corner for United here. Come on. Header. Oh, roof of the net. It's going to be another corner, United. Wolves can't get out. Can't get out. Do we think anyone takes a gamble on Strand Larsen at the end of the season, by the way? If Wolves do indeed go down, which I'm sorry to say, Sam, it's looking like it. You know, if Wolves do go down, do we think Jørgen Strand Larsen gets to move to somewhere else? You know, he's on 60 million quid. Can't see him staying in the Championship. Or at least 60 million quid was the amount of money that was put forth by Newcastle, wasn't it? Or suggested. Oh, nearly 2. Oh, nearly an own goal from Agbadou. John says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Good to see you. And here we go. Sorry, I've just got a little nudge here. Who's this from? Goliath, I'm going out on a limb and saying Wolves will nick one back second half. Wolves to get a goal second half. Rarer than rocking horse shit, Wolves goals, aren't they? Here's Brian and Burmo for United. 8 minutes to half time. It's been a walk in the park, this, for United. They've not had any real challenges going backwards the other way. But here's Wolves now, and Burmo's giving it away. That's a foul. Referee and a yellow card, please, sir. Give him a yellow. Give him a yellow. Yellow card, Brian and Burmo. FPL says, I'm going to be so honest, Everton, but as they have both Beto and Barry, no need to have them. If they have Beto, I would lean. Oh, you'd loan to them. What, Beto to Wolves, Strand Larsen to Everton? Strand Larsen's a very David Moyes signing, isn't he? That's a good point. I didn't even think Everton. That is a very, very good point. Chimey says, Key, Liverpool players are so bad this season, people are saying you're back to your true level. Thoughts? True level? What do you mean true level? I mean, this is mostly the same team that have been finishing second to City and winning the league last season. And, you know, there's oh, chance. Oh, unlucky. Wolves have got moments, haven't they? They've certainly had little moments here. Strand Larsen to Fulham, eh? Yeah, maybe Fulham. Rodrigo Muniz, maybe he's on about moving on. Raul Jimenez can't go on forever. Strand Larsen to Fulham could be a good shout. And Welsh Wings says, I think an angry Arsenal are going to put Wolves in a funeral home on Saturday. And FPL says, lean as in favour them if they only had Beto and not Barry. But as they have both, it does scream 2-0 West Ham. And Ben says, have you heard the Strand Larsen chant? Is it the Strand Larsen chant? Oh, chant here! Is it the Strand Larsen chant where it's not really a chant? It's just the guy in front of Molyneux singing whatever. I think I know what you mean. Unless you mean the actual Strand Larsen chant that Wolves fans sing, then no. But I've seen the Instagram reel of the Wolves fan. They're pushing forward here, Wolves. Can you imagine if United don't win this now? 3-star Reds, the divots in the Wolves penalty area this half are starting to resemble trenches. Well, all of a sudden, Wolves are starting to push out. Ball whipped in. Headed away. Little bit of late pressure at the end of the half here from Wolves. You can't keep doing that, though. You can't just keep... Look at that. Look at the state of that. How are you pretending to be a Premier League side and you're playing like that? That's so poor from him. Absolutely shocking from Agbadou at the back. Oh, that's great defending from Mola Wolf, though. Wonderful play. And now Wolves drive forward. Andre, you owe him something, lad. You owe him. Here's Arias. He's got a bit of pace. Arias. Back to Andre. Over to the far side. Go on. He's got an overlap. No. No. Hit it. You divvy. Bellegarde. Bell end. Should have got that on target. Welsh Wings says lockdown Wolves with Nuno was peak. Oh, that was just such a good move, that as well. Look at the overlap there from Wolf. All he has to do is pull that back for him. Shocking. Dreadful. Dreadful. Casemiro's getting a... Well, I don't know if he's having a light jog or if he's just limping a little bit, though. He doesn't look quite himself, does he? Senna Lamans, he's settled in at Man United now, hasn't he? Looks a bit more at home, a little bit more comfortable. Couple of iffy moments from him, but generally he's settled in well. The goalkeeper position's not really being spoken about at Man United now. Although I will say this, United still only have one win in the last 5 coming into this one. That win against Crystal Palace, it's one win in the last 5. So, yeah, they're not flying, are they? Rob Edwards asking his team to pick up the tempo. Pick up the pace I was going for there. And halfway through, I changed to tempo. Pick up the tempo, not pick up the pempo. Long ball forward. Flicked on. That's going to be a corner, referee. It's going to be a corner, referee. Goal kick, shithouse. Come on, Wolves. Still time. FPL says, Jota Wolves was trouble. Don't know what's happened. Take Strand Larsen and Andre on his day. Arias and Bellegarde out. This Wolves team is so championship. I'm not really sure who out of this Wolves side would stay, though, if they went down. I feel like if they do go down, it gets dismantled and it's completely and utterly unrecognisable because there's players there who are sort of, well, not too good for the championship, but like they've signed them on big money and big fees, and I just feel like they'd go. Andre would go. I think Mola Wolf would go. I think a Rockadari would probably go. Ben says, Carra slammed Mo before the game, and I agree with most of what he said. Can't really argue with it, can you? He spoke 4 times in the 8 years that he's been at Liverpool, and every time it's been about a contract. It's true. Dave says, Rob Edwards, what a shocking move from Borough. Who could be promoted to Wolves going back to the Championship? Funny, eh? I still don't think Borough come up. Call me silly, but I still don't think Borough come up. Blake says, if I'm any team coming up, I'd be looking to get this Wolves side or any side that goes down in the Premier League. Or to gut this Wolves side. I mean, yeah, I know, but if you're Frank Lampard, right, you're Frank Lampard at Coventry, who are you looking at in this Wolves side and going, ooh, yeah, they really add to us? I mean, Strand Larsen aside, there's not really one there that I look at and think, like, you're a top quality Premier League player. And Strand Larsen's just left one on Aiden Heaven there. I mean, that was silly. That's frustration, that. Aiden Heaven goes down in typical Manchester United fashion, of course, holding his face. Doesn't touch his face, but goes down holding his face. Kyle, how's it going, Kyle? Hey, so far so good for United. Still early, though. It is, yeah. Good to see you, Kyle. Wolves. I mean, to be honest, I still look at United and think they aren't looking particularly comfortable at the back. I mean, Wolves definitely don't look comfortable at the back. But United, every time they go forward, they're struggling, you know. Brendan says, where is Adama Traore these days? Maybe he could replace Salah. Adama Traore is still at Fulham. He's Fulham's second choice right winger. I think he's on loan. Oh no, is he on loan? Or has he been injured? But I'm pretty confident he re-signed for Fulham. Yeah, he's re-signed for Fulham and he has made 11 appearances so far this season. We should have seen him then, really. Right, 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half here. Can't see anything really changing at the end of the first half. I mean, if anything, United might pinch another one. Ben, I think they'd struggle, Wolves, even in the Championship. They're like Leicester right now. And what are we saying? Sorry. Blake says, will you be covering the AFCON games, Key? I am, mate. Yep, I am. Looking forward to it as well. I'm live pretty much, maybe not every day for the AFCON, but most days. I think I'm going to do the opening game. It's Morocco against Comoros, I think, is the opening game. 21st of December, I think it is. Oh, naughty from Ahmad there. Flew into that one. Here's Wolf. Much, much better. Come on, Wolves. They don't want half-time to come here, Wolves. They're starting to grow into the game a touch more. Poor ball in. Again, it's the final ball just letting them down. Chance. Oh, Itty. Yes, they're equalised. What about that then? What about that then? Oh, I didn't think anyone was going to happen. Anything was going to happen before half time, but they've done it, and it's him. It's Bellend. It's John Rickner Bellend with the goal. And United are pegged back. They're pegged back by maybe the worst Premier League side we've ever seen. We've got Wolves fans in the chat here saying that we've absolutely shocking. There's no chance we're going to score a goal here. Well, they've done it. They've nicked it before half time. Brilliant. Wolves won, Man United won. Oh, this is fantastic. Ball whipped in from the far side. First bit of quality from Wolves. Oh, I tell you what, United, they can't really be happy with that. Amarim's going to lose his mind here. Amarim's not going to be happy with that. It's a good finish, actually, from Bellegarde. It's a great finish. On the stretch. Brilliant goal. Bruno Fernandes turns round and begins the attack on his teammates. What's going on? But there you go, it's 1-1. Goliath says, I could feel it. Well done, Bellend. And Pope says, evening all, arrived just in time for Key to scream. Never thought I'd say a thing like that. I'm glad you said arrived. You could have been far less delicate with your words there, Pub. Goliath says, I could feel it. And what did I miss? Sorry. Dave says, how do you see Senegal doing, mate? As you know, we've two good players from there. Absolutely, Dave. Yeah. Senegal will go far. Yeah, I think Senegal probably will be one of the favourites. Or they are one of the favourites, aren't they? Senegal, Morocco, Algeria are dark horses as well. I think Algeria could do damage. Prince says Wolves to turn it around. Imagine if they do. Oh, it's going to be brilliant stuff. Yeah, who are the AFCON favourites, by the way? AFCON favourites. The hosts are the overwhelming favourites. Morocco on a winning run of 18 consecutive victories. A world record in international football, stretching back to March 2024. After Morocco, you're looking at Senegal, who are the champions of AFCON. The Teranga Lions lost to Brazil last month, but bounced back to beat Kenya 8-0. And that's, do you know what? They are the sort of games that we're going to see at the AFCON. We're going to see some 8-0s and some 7-2s. They're the types of games you see at the AFCON. It's great fun. So, yeah, Morocco against Comoros in the opening game. That's going to be a good laugh. Algeria, Egypt and Ivory Coast also went unbeaten throughout World Cup qualifying. Yeah, Egypt. I didn't even mention Mo Salah's Egypt. Christ, he's been in the news enough, hasn't he? Democratic Republic of Congo coming to the tournament on a high after seeing off Cameroon and Nigeria too. Yeah, is Yohan Wissa going? Did Newcastle decide whether or not Yohan Wissa was going to go in the end? Because Yohan Wissa's been, he's been out injured for a really long time. He's come back. He's made his debut for Newcastle. I'm not sure if there was an agreement for him to go. Kane, you might know a bit better. You're from around that region, aren't you? Liam says Nigeria will do well, surely. You absolutely could do, yeah. They'll be one of the teams up there, I'm sure. Twisted Fate says, putting on the brakes, 1-0 up again instead of sitting on their throats. And Graham Harrison says, Key, if it stays like this, I think the Norwich Scarves and the Glazers out brigade will be out. Get the yellow and golds, get the gold and green scarves out, Barb. Kane says it's inevitable. Amarim gets sacked. We've played with no intensity against the poor Wolves. And the players and managers just don't care. Dave says Sunderland are going to suffer as they have the most African players in their squad. I think it's 6. Yeah, I think 6. Sunderland lose 6 over the AFCON. Shay, how shockingly bad is this? Oh my days, this can't be a Premier League match. United fans not happy with this. I'm not surprised. I mean, listen, Wolves, they've got to play Liverpool on the 27th of December. I'm relatively confident they'll get a result against us too. But it's nice if they come in, if we go into that knowing they've already got one against United. We can't do worse than United. Kane says, hang on a second. I've seen better Sunday League games than this. And Blake, Man United, shocking. Adrian Berder says, Wisser is staying. Twisted Fate, Key, how's your time at 95 minutes? Do you know, I don't know. Let me have a look. Oh, it's because I've still got it on the... Bloody hell, that's why. There you go. There you go. We're all fixed again. We're all fixed. Reese, it can't go on like this. It can. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's brilliant watching United get beat. Makes my night, it really does. I know they're not getting beat, but you know what I mean. This is as good as, innit? If they draw with Wolves, it's a defeat. That is a defeat. The ghost of Grimsby Town continue to haunt Man United. 1-1 at Molyneux. Amorim will be sweating. Listen, what do you think? Again, we do this quite a lot when it comes to half-time, but I am intrigued, actually, on this one. What does Amorim say here now? What does he say? What does he do? What changes does he make? Like, I look at the bench United have got, and there's players there who they could bring on. I feel like Xerxes has a really good use of the ball. Xerxes could be a worthwhile sub at this point. Chimey, do you agree? You're a United fan. Do you think Xerxes would be a good shout? Heaven hasn't necessarily covered himself in glory. Maybe bring Yoro on. Maybe bring on Martinez. You know, Lisandro Martinez, a bit of experience. Could he come in? Probably wouldn't be the worst idea, would it? If you're Wolves, I mean, honestly, Andre has had an absolute nightmare in that midfield. I'd be getting Andre off immediately. Problem is, I look at who they could bring in. There's not really anyone that Wolves have got as an immediate improvement for him. You know, João Gomez is out suspended. Manetti's out. Gomez is out. Got a fair few out injured. Maybe they could put young Lopez on. Fernando Lopez of Celta Vigo. They could get him in. Liam says, worst ever team in the Premier League holding Man U. Amorim out. And Twisted Fate says, I'm not pissed at Amorim. This is on the players. Why are they putting the brakes on and giving possession away? Well, people said before the game, though, they were, I mean, we've got United fans in the chat saying quite clearly that they thought the lineup was a little bit of an odd one. So has Amorim got the lineup wrong? I looked at it as a Liverpool fan and I thought that's an odd one. I didn't think Evan would start, and I didn't think he'd be leaving Yoro and Martinez on the bench. I mean, defensively, United have been mostly fine, but it just makes everything a little bit nervous in build-up, doesn't it? Kyle says it's tiring being a United fan, and FPL says Bellegarde centre mid for Andre, Mane on for Andre, trust me. There you go. Tolga says there's going to be 4 goals in the second half. Brendan says, I think this is one where Amorim has to call them out and just say, how the fuck are you losing to these, and give them 15 minutes to sort it before pulling players. I mean, that is how it happens at places like Real Madrid, isn't it? At Real Madrid, you get... games like this can be like career-ending. There's literally been players at Real Madrid who've had one horrendous game where Real Madrid have lost, and because it's been that bad of a performance, they've never wore the white shirt again. Like, there's maybe the president or someone has said he can't play for us again, and he just doesn't. It can be career-ending, or at least Man United career-ending, if you have a terrible, terrible game. Now, I don't think anyone's necessarily having one of those just yet, but all the players collectively are not really covering themselves in glory. I don't think there's been a standout performer here for United. Twisted Fate Key, people will always complain at the lineups because it's not to their liking. That's true enough, yeah. I just feel like there's probably 3 or 4 there that I was surprised at. I feel like if you're going to play at Wolves without a recognised centre-forward, that looks negative, doesn't it? It looks negative from the off. You're going to play without a recognised centre-forward. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, I'm not sure why he did that. Twisted Fate, there's a reason people in chats aren't managers for teams. I mean, in fairness, there's quite a few would be delighted to have a go at the United and Liverpool jobs in the last few days, and probably last few weeks rather, and would quite happily have done, I think, probably done half better than the managers we've got. Blake says he hands in his P45 at half time and runs for the hills to Lisbon. That's the only change Amorim should consider. And Twisted Fate says we have no centre forward. Xerxes ain't no 9. Mate, Xerxes is the closest thing you have to a centre forward available right now. You have to play him. I don't understand why you're playing Mason Mount as a false 9 then, I guess. Mason Mount's not the answer up there. Reece, he'll take off Mason Mount and play Tom Eaton up front. And Goliath, only 3 players in the Premier League history have scored more than 10 penalties and more than 10 direct free kicks. Can you name them? Oh, I like that. I like that question. Go on, we'll pin that one. Anyone want to have a guess? Where are we? Pin message. Right, there you go. Only 3 players in Premier League history have scored more than 10 penalties and more than 10 direct free kicks. Can you name them? Steven Gerrard. Would Steven Gerrard be one? I don't think Leighton Baines ever has. And I don't think Beckham ever really took penalties. I'm trying to think of free kick takers more than anything. I don't think Ward-Prowse took more than 10. Letitia is a good shout. Gerrard for me is the standout one. Giggs probably 2. Just from sheer longevity, I would imagine Ryan Giggs has. What about Milner as well? I bet Milner has. Milner's not took more. Milner didn't really take free kicks, did he? Twisted Fate says, Ahmad should have scored. Cunha should have scored. We had 12 shots, 5 on target by 34 minutes. This is 100% on the players. And Mad Pup says, glass ankles. Fake Ronaldo. Bale. Did Bale take penalties at Spurs? I don't feel like he did. Ian Hart's not a bad shout. Yeah, Ian Hart's a good shout. Other free kick takers. Dennis Irwin didn't take them, but he took pens. Gerrard's correct. Right, okay. Gerrard's correct. Shearer took a fair few free kicks. I mean, they were more like run up and smash him. He's definitely got more than 10 penalties. Henry, he took a fair few free kicks, but I don't think he scored 10. Yeah, that was my line of thinking there as well, FPL. Henry, maybe from time ago, I don't know what free kicks. I've seen him score a fair few free kicks. I remember he scored one at Wigan. I was there that day. Reece didn't take penalties. He didn't take penalties. Yossi Benayoun, here he is. Reece's favourite Israeli, Yossi Benayoun. Cristiano Ronaldo. No, did Rooney? Again, just thinking like longevity. Rooney took a lot of pens. Definitely did more than 10 pens, but more than 10 free kicks. Not Shearer, not Henry. Lampard. It's definitely Lampard, isn't it? It's definitely Lampard. It can't not be Lampard. It can't not be Lampard. He's definitely scored more than 10 free kicks. And definitely more than 10 penalties. I think he probably got more than 10 in one season. There you go. Lampard's correct. Okay, Gerrard's correct. Lampard's correct. Scholes, just for shits and gigs. Scholes, he seemed to get a few. Come on. I'm thinking of great Premier League sides. Oh, Rooney. There you go. Hey, Rooney. Hey, there you go. Gerrard, Rooney, Lampard. I called it. Wazza. Hey, Wayne Rooney came out and called out Mo Salah today. There's quite a few people gave him some stick for it as well. Called out Mo Salah and said that he's disrespected his teammates massively. Goliath, Gerrard, Lampard and Rooney. Great stuff all. Love that. That was a great question. Keep them coming, Goliath. If you ever stumble across any more like that, I love those. They're brilliant. Right, fantastic. Love a little half-time quiz. I'll try. To be honest, I'm trying to get him. I'm on mute. I'm not on mute. You've muted me, I think, Grindon. Chimey, Ward-Prowse. I think you're behind. FPL Rooney, why we wanted to score. World Darts Championship. Bunting, Littler, Humphreys, Van Gerwen. Look at that lineup. Ricky Lambert. Right, I don't think there's been any changes at half-time. Not any changes from either side, according to this. FPL, can't wait for the darts. Not really a lover of the darts. Darts, F1, cricket, golf. People get very excited for those, don't they? The golf, the Masters, the PGA Tour, the Open, whatever. And the Ryder Cup. They get very excited for that. Get very excited for the Ashes. Get very excited for, I don't know, whatever Grand Prix it is at the minute. Is it the Cardiff Grand Prix? Whatever it is, I don't know. It's usually in more far-flung places than Cardiff, isn't it? Norwich, somewhere like that. The Norwich Grand Prix. Dave says, I think Littler will win back-to-back. He's just too strong for the rest. And Namit Kaidiala. Good to see you, Namit. How's it going? Reaction to Slot saying that he does not know whether Salah has played his last game for the club or not. I think that's partially because it's on Mo Salah as well, mate. I think it's as much to do with Slot as it is with Salah. You know, it's how Salah reacts. You know, if Salah said, I don't have a relationship with the manager now, well, that takes two. It takes two to have a relationship, doesn't it? So, you know, if Arne Slot is trying and Salah's not, or Arne Slot is... Listen, it's not Arne Slot's job to you know, coddle and coax and look after Mo Salah. That's not his job. His job is to try and get the best out of the players that he's got. And he's done fantastically well last year. This year it's been a bit more difficult, but he's generally done the job incredibly well. So he's not got time to be, you know, fucking tickling players and tucking them in at night. None of that's necessary. Like, I don't feel like a manager should have to explain his decisions. Like, sorry mate, you're out the side tonight, and if you're an experienced pro, I'm not saying you should like it, you probably don't like it, but you should support your teammates and respect the manager's decision. Now you can sulk, by all means, sit on the sideline and sulk, no problem. What you don't get to do is go to the media and have a whinge about it. After 2 games as well. It's not like he's been on the sidelines for a month. 2 games. Liam says, my son loves the dart since Little has been on the scene. He's a dartboard and he's not too bad. Oh, start the clock. Have I started it? I've not started it. I have, haven't I? Yeah, I have started it. Sorry, Liam. Ben says, last time Liverpool played Barnsley, they beat us at Anfield in 2008. I remember that game. Yeah, remember that game. Barnsley, a bit of a bogey side for us. Unknown says, we've been absolutely all over these lot. Should have had a pen to make it 2-0 to as well. Joke. When should you have had a pen? What are we claiming a pen for? There was never a penalty to United in that first half. United chance. Oh, good block over the bar. Welsh Wing says, random question. Did Phil Thompson fill in as manager when, what's his name, had an illness? Yeah, Gerard Houllier had a heart attack. The great Gerard Houllier, who is massively underappreciated at Liverpool Football Club, by the way. Massively underappreciated. Fantastic manager. Brought us into the 21st century. Hugely important manager for Liverpool. Won pretty much everything there was to win in one season. Won 5 trophies in 1 year. Absolutely fantastic manager. Finished second as well ahead of United and only got beaten by a very good Arsenal side. Good play from the goalkeeper. United, here's Mbeumo, strike. Keep him out. Well done. Goliath says, I'm a stubborn, grumpy git. I would transfer list him. I would have come out and said that's his last game. It would probably be Goliath out. I felt like that a little bit yesterday. I think after sleeping on it, I'm a little bit more, well, I think the club are going to have to play a little bit of chess here. They're going to have to deal with the fallout, because what they don't, it would be incredibly embarrassing to the club, to the manager, if, like I said, Salah, imagine Salah's on the bench, or he's been dropped from the team altogether, and Liverpool go a goal down against Brighton, and all the home fans are singing, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah. It would be a dreadful look for not only Arne Slot, it would demotivate all the players. It would be a really, really difficult thing for us to recover from. So for me, I think Salah starts against Brighton, and then the club can't lose, because he either turns in a winning performance, and it looks like a masterstroke to have called him back in. The club look like the bigger person. You know, they've been insulted, they've been disrespected, but they've brought him back in. They're a forgiving club, right? And Arne Slot's done well with that. If he comes in and he has a shit game, the fans will get on his back. Slot will sub him off. You know, they can't lose. They absolutely can't. It's an open goal for Liverpool. It's an absolute open goal for Arne Slot. You drop him for the Inter game, you bring him back in the Brighton game. And he'll play against Brighton, and he'll go to the AFCON after that. We're only playing you for one game. And then once you're buggered off, we can try and sell you. Blake says Salah needs an arm round his shoulder. Told he's still a key player. A little reassurance would go a long way. Not for me. Not for me. He needs to do a lot better. A lot better. Not just as a performer either. I mean actually in terms of effort and trying and standards. Everything. Oh, what a pass that is. Here's Mbeumo. Big chance for United. United are in. Keep him out. Good block. Really good block. There's a claim for the handball here. Is it a claim for the handball or a claim for the foul? What's the foul? Cunha's claiming for the foul here. And Mbeumo put him in. Agbadou's getting back. Yeah, you're not getting a foul for that. Unless it's a handball. Nah, what's he claiming for? What's he claiming for? He's a shitbag, him, Cunha, isn't he? Absolute shitbag. Welsh Wing says, see, I always found him better than Benitez, yet he's not talked about. I think Benitez is only talked about because of Istanbul. Benitez was fantastic. You know, we had the final, the FA Cup final as well. Benitez created probably the best Liverpool side we'd seen. You know, Torres, Gerrard, Alonso. We had a fantastic side under Benitez. Got to a Champions League final, 2 Champions League finals with Benitez. He's a really top manager. But Gerard Houllier was great. Ben says, I was only 3 at the time in 2001, but I remember watching season review on video of that season. First time we qualified for the Champions League too. Yeah, first time. I remember that vividly. And I went to the first Champions League game as well. We played... they're in again here, United. Keep him out! No, it's going to be 2-1. Is he onside? And Mbeumo... Oh, United 2-1. 2-1. They've cut them apart. And do you know what? Wolves again. All over the place. All over the place. This is so poor. Really poor. Come on. Is there a check? Anything? Anything? Any sort of check? Can we have a check on it? Look at Johnston. Johnston's screaming at Mosquera. They're having a little argument at the back here. But I don't really know why. They've pushed up so high. That is just unacceptable. He's onside. There's no problem there. Is he onside? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's a good goal. It's a good goal. United 2-1 up. Namit says, do you still think he deserves a start after not travelling with the team to Inter? I don't think he deserves a start, but I think he'll get a start. I think the club will start him and Slot will start him because it's a bit of chess. I don't think he deserves a start. I think in an ideal world, they would exit him. but it's to try and get the fans on side because they know that they want to avoid a bit of a bad situation. So Goliath says, okay, so Salah plays, gets the goal, is a hero. Salah can never be dropped or subbed or risk a tantrum. Maybe he's a non-LFC fan. I'm seeing it different, to be fair. No, I still think he goes. Don't get me wrong. So if Salah comes in and he scores, then it looks like a masterstroke. And Arne Slot will get loads of credit for bringing him back in if Liverpool win and Salah scored. And yeah, it will look like a really diplomatic end to the whole thing. I still think Liverpool try and move him on. I think Liverpool are looking bigger picture here. Ultimately, he's let the side down, right? But short term, we'll reintegrate you. You've had a moment, you've had a tantrum. We're going to reintegrate you. We're going to give you another chance because you're a legend. People are asking us to, to be forgiving. But what he can't do is we're giving him the opportunity. We're almost giving him the rope to hang himself with, kind of thing. Give him the opportunity to hurt himself, because if he goes into the side and he plays shit again and he's strolling around the pitch again, and then he probably will get dragged off. Liam says, I wouldn't care if he was a good player. His attitude is awful. I would never play him again until he apologises, at least. And Welsh Wing says, wasn't Stam thrown out the United team by Ferguson because he wrote a book? Yeah, he sold him because of that. Yap Stam was sold because of that. Ferguson didn't like it and he sold him. And he still says that's one of the things that he regrets because he was a brilliant player. Maybe United's best defender in the Premier League era. Blake says, who's on your Mount Rushmore of Liverpool coaches? That's, for me, it's Shankly, Paisley. Shankly, Paisley, Klopp, Benitez. Yeah. Fagan did brilliantly as well. And Kenny was brilliant. So probably, I don't know, maybe Kenny actually then. Maybe Kenny, not Benitez. But I just feel like Benitez for the European Cup win and the fact that he did it with such a poor side and reinvented it all. And Kenny's as much for being a wonderful player and the Hillsborough stuff as it is him as a manager. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be it's got to be Kenny, hasn't it? It'd have to be Shankly, Paisley, Kenny, Klopp. Goliath, the only bonus is I forgot to take and Bermont my FPL team. And Welsh Wing says Rafa took the ball with Fergie's mind, or took the bait with Fergie's mind games with his facts rant though. Gerrard wrote in his book that he was digging his nails into his couch watching it. And Liam says when or if he apologises, then play him till then. No way, I couldn't care if he was Messi or whatever. You don't speak to your club or manager like that. I think they're just trying to be diplomatic, Liverpool. That's all it is. Namit says, Chiesa has to start, in my opinion. The man refused to join the Italian national team to train for Liverpool, and Slot still refuses to start him. No, so Namit, again, a lot of Liverpool fans are getting this wrong. Did you hear why Chiesa has not joined the Italian national team? And he has repeatedly rejected. It's not just this last month. He has repeatedly rejected the opportunity to go and play for Italy. It's because, and Gattuso has said this, it's because he isn't physically or mentally ready to start games. That has been the answer from Gattuso. That has come from Chiesa. He has not felt ready to start games. So it's obvious why Slot isn't starting him. Slot is getting a load of abuse from Liverpool fans for not starting Chiesa, when Chiesa himself is literally saying, I've not been ready to start games. I haven't been ready. Chance! Oh! Hit it, Wolves! Yeah! Must be! Keep it in! Wolves pushing forward. That's poor. Nigel, once you speak out and the manager will have that final say. Time's up at Liverpool as a neutral. Can't fault what he has done in the past with his goal-scoring record. Absolutely agree with that, Nigel. For me, I would be strong and I would say I don't think you play for us again unless you apologise. That's the Liverpool way. Chance here. Oh, Wolves are definitely getting back into this, I'm telling you. They're definitely hurting United here. It's all a bit scrappy. Oh, I tell you, they could get back into it. It's going to be a throw-in. Wolves pushing forward here. This shy boy says he isn't ready. And what we saying? Sorry, Liam. No Hodgson. 0 ball knowledge again, Key. Reese, what I love about Pep is when he complains about players doing tricks and flicks and saying, well, Messi wouldn't do that. Pep's having a real go against Ryan Cherky at the minute, isn't he? Effectively saying he's not working hard enough. Here's Wolves pushing forward. United penned into their own box here. Shocking. It's so bad watching this Wolves side, honestly. Welsh wing, it'd have to be Kenny up there, but he had a disaster return and handled the Evra v Suarez thing extremely bad. The Evra v Suarez thing for me is so... And listen, Suarez is a piece of work. He's a piece of work who spits and bites. He's not... I don't think he's all there, if I'm honest with you, Luis Suarez. But I also don't think he's a racist. I don't. I think it was a stupid... Oh, Luke Littler's there. A stupid thing that... I mean, I think Kenny was trying to do the honourable thing. And to be fair, Suarez was stupid and is stupid. He's an absolute nutter. Like an absolute nutter. Yeah, just an absolute nutter. Bad egg. Bad egg all round. But I don't necessarily think he's... Like... And I don't know the guy. But maybe that's me thinking the best of people. I don't think... I mean, he's never, ever indicated... I don't know. This shy boy says, if the player thinks they aren't ready, how could the gaffer? And Welsh Wing says, guarantee if Klopp was there wouldn't have been any of those Suarez t-shirts. But again, isn't it just about him? That was Kenny trying to do the right thing. Do you know what I mean? Like the right, honourable thing and stand by the player no matter what. You'll never walk alone sort of thing. Because it was all a miscommunication. Well, that was the argument anyway. Whether you believe that argument or not is entirely your right. But the argument was that it was all a cross-language, cross-cultural miscommunication. It wasn't said in nastiness. It was said in what, I don't know. Again, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know. But it's... Prince Rupert says your teeth are offside, and now it says Suarez ain't racist, but he definitely is extremely short-tempered. I'm telling you, he needs to see someone about that. Like, the guy spat at an old guy in the MLS the other week. He's nearly retired, spitting at old men, biting people. Like, just not very smart. Forget whether or not it's like good and decent. I mean, that's entirely separate, but it's just not smart, is it? Why are you spitting? Why are you spitting and biting at people? You're going to get yourself sent off. It's vile to spit at anyone anyway. But even if you was not thinking like that, even if you was just thinking about, I'm so focused on winning. Right, well, if you spit, you're going to get sent off, Divvy. What are you doing? Idiot. Reece says, Suarez, bad egg, unbelievable centre-forward. And Welsh Wing says, guarantee if Klopp was there wouldn't have been any of those Suarez t-shirts. I don't think Klopp would have ever signed Suarez. I think Klopp was very, very... Did an awful lot of work on, like... trying to... like, get a read on players, do you know what I mean? I'm sure he did, like, particular profiling on what they were like. And a bit like Ferguson used to talk about, you know, what... Are you married? What you know, are you settled at home? Have you got... You know, all this sort of stuff. It was all that. And you know, I feel like if he'd have sat down and spoke to Suarez or seen some of the stuff that he did, it must be, nearly 3-1. If he'd have seen some of the stuff that Suarez did at Ajax, you know, biting Otman Bakal. Chance here, should be, and it's 3. Is that going to be on? Mason Mount, offside. No, is it going to count? Mason Mount with a goal, 3-1. 3-1. Oh, no. Game, set, match, half an hour to go. Wolves are, I'm sorry to say, down. Wolves are down. There is no doubt about it. You can't defend like this. Look at that. It's basically, they just stood still. They just stood still. Look at Johnston. Look at Johnston. He's screaming at him. Get out, get out, get out. Oh, it's just so poor. I can't tell you how bad this is. Oh, it's dreadful. And Sam Johnston must be pulling... He hasn't got any hair, but he'll be pulling what little hair he has out of his head. That's just absolutely shocking. Man United 3-1 up. Welsh Wing, I remember we were on the verge of signing Suarez and was wondering how Wenger would have handled his behaviour. I mean, look, let's be honest. If he was... If you got him on the pitch and you were able to keep him on the pitch and he didn't do any of that stuff, he was an animal. And for me, he's the best centre-forward I've ever seen. Like, the best. I'm talking ahead of R9, ahead of Thierry Henry. He was the best. I have never seen another striker play like Luis Suarez. Unbelievable. Nigel says he always scored past my team, Norwich. 3 hat-tricks and that wonder goal from 40 yards out, home and away past Ruddy. I was at the game at Anfield, Nigel, the one where he scored. Do you know the one where he can't, a bit like the Letitia goal, he kind of lobbed it and then cut back inside and volleyed it, and then he did another one where he volleyed it and it dipped in far post at the Kop end. That was I think he scored 4 that night against Norwich. Got a free kick second half at the Anfield Road end. Unknown says these are supposed to be the team who will get their first win against us. Oh, hey. Prince Rupert says, I feel bad for that Wolves keeper. And Brendan, all the good is gone out of this game. It's just flat, innit? It's flat. Fennec says, do you think Wolves will beat Derby's worst record? Probably. Yeah, the way they're playing, I mean, this is getting really, really distasteful now. And it's probably going to require a very big January transfer window. I think ultimately that's maybe what that. If the protests achieve anything, it's what happens in January. And I think, to be honest, Rob Edwards, I really, really hope that when Rob Edwards was talking to these, when he was at Middlesbrough, I really hope Rob Edwards was saying to him, I'll come. I've no problem coming. I'd love to come and work with Wolves. How much money are you giving me in January? How much money are you giving me in January? Because I need some money. If I'm going to keep these up, I'm going to need some money. Welsh Wing, I'll never forget the one with Newcastle where he put Krul on his arse. And now it says, I checked it on Google, many sources have cited the same. I saw that before the whole knee slide thing, but I don't think it's accurate, surely. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not accurate. It's made up, mate. It's made up. January 1st, it'll be banned. No, it won't. It absolutely won't. Nigel, still remember it, 4 goals. Hey, and do you remember the one at Carrow Road when it was 5-4? One of Jurgen Klopp's very first games. He was 4-3 up going into the last couple of minutes. And we won 5-4. Oh, they're in again here, United. Should have been 4-1. Teaching Tony says, Premier League Dad is the man. Smash that like button. Let's go. Get to 50. Oh, cheers, Tony. Thank you very much, sir. What a guy. Paul Slater, Mo Salah whinging on the bench. Well, he'll be back in the side next week, Paul. He isn't going to be on the bench against Inter because he's been left out altogether. He hasn't even flown. But he'll be playing. I guarantee. I think Mo Salah starts against Brighton. I'm calling it now. Mountain Turtle says, the one time I put a bet on Casemiro to commit a foul, he's on his best behaviour. And 3-star Reds, who would go to Wolves, though, in January? I think you'd be surprised. Again, I think the same sort of people who would be looking at it as a chance to play in the Premier League for 6 months and maybe, worst case scenario, they get a move in the summer. Like, they could probably go and attract a few players from the Championship who aren't going to get promoted. Like, do you know who'd be a good signing for Wolves? Go and get someone like Harrison Burrows from Sheffield United, or players. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking players who are right down the bottom of the league, who are probably not going to be able to get in and around those promotion places, who would do a really, really good job. Sheffield United are out of it. West Brom, I'm telling you, go and get Nat Phillips from West Brom. That's the one to get. Go and get Nat Phillips from West Brom, and maybe even Hegbo. Hegbo's done all right. But Sheffield United have got a great squad. They'd do all right as well. Go and get someone like Gustavo Hamer, or I don't know, Callum O'Hare. Callum O'Hare would be a decent signing for him as well. Nigel says, best Liverpool player for me against my team, Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush, Luis Suarez, remember it well. And Welsh wing, how do you think Lamps' Coventry would do in the Prem? I still think they'd go back down. I think it depends. We'd have to see what they did. Like Sunderland, would they come up and spend 200, 300 million? If they do, then maybe. Jørgen Strand Larsen on a booking. He's coming off for Tolu Rokadari. Tolu's coming on. Big striker who scored an absolute hatful at in the Belgian Pro League. Is this Kiana Herver coming off as well? He's had an absolute shocker. And to be honest, he was another player who had a bit of an attitude problem at Liverpool. We bombed him out at Liverpool. He went to Wolves. There was questions about his attitude at Wolves as well. Brendan, the Wolves have to go to the Emirates at the weekend. Could be an embarrassing one. Yeah, Wolves against Arsenal at the Emirates. Good grief. What's going on here? Why is it taking so long? Arias is coming off. And is it Mane coming on? And the final change, I think, is going to be Bueno coming on here. For who? Who's the final change? Who's the final change? Oh. Totti. Totti going off. For Bueno. Okay. Interesting. It's an odd change. Mountain Turtle says, haha, I got the Casemiro foul, finally. Well, listen, free kick here now, 20 minutes to go. Wolves, I somehow can't see Wolves getting back into this. They'd need a goal soon. Welsh wing was Jesse Lingard these days. Could be a good signing for Wolves. His contract is up. He's in FC Seoul in the South Korean League. The K-League, isn't it? I think it's the K-League. And yeah, his contract is up there now, so he can go and play for whoever he wants. I think he's a free transfer. So yeah, maybe Jesse Lingard to Wolves. What do you think? Namit says, do you think Slot will be sacked or not by the end of the season? No, I think Slot is Liverpool manager going into next season. I think he stays, and I'd like him to stay. I think that's the right thing. I'd like to keep him at Liverpool. Here's Ahmad into the area. Good defending from Wolves. But again, they've got to do a bit better than that, haven't they? Just pumping it up the pitch. When you win the ball back, keep hold of it, lads. Just keep hold of it for a minute. You're 2 goals down. The very least you need is possession of the ball. What you can't do is keep launching it back to United. You're never going to win a game of football if you keep giving the ball away so cheap. Never. Core principle number 1. Core principles 1, 2, 3 and 4. Keep the ball. Stop giving it away so stupidly. Brendan says the way they can't do the basics defensively will be a dream for Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal will wipe the floor with these. Absolutely wipe the floor with them. Oh, it's a great dummy. Honestly, they're making United look like Brazil 1970 Brazil World Cup winning side. It's absolutely shocking. They're making United look incredible. Can't wait till we play these on the 27th. Wolves will have had a big renaissance. They'll be fantastic. Wolves will probably end up getting a win against Liverpool, the way they're playing. By the way, I am live tomorrow for Liverpool against Inter Milan. If you want to join me, make sure you've headed over to the video and you've hit the notification bell. Do give us a like on this one as well. Helps me out, help a brother out, you know what I mean? Do us a solid. Give us a like. Subscribe too. Live every day, watching games of football. 500 plus this year. We're nearly on course for 600. We're going to be doing the AFCON. I'm live every day. I'm going to be doing the AFCON as that starts in December. I'm live on Christmas Day. It's going to be a good laugh. There might only be me and one or two others, but we'll be there. We'll be eating our Christmas dinner. Join us if you're a bit lonely. Fennec says, do you think Wolves hired Rob Edwards so that he can get them back up if they get relegated? I think continuity is important, isn't it? So they might well have done. They might have got him in with that in mind. But I think they still think they can stay up, and it's entirely reasonable that they do. But they've got to start keeping the ball better. Defensively, honestly, they've shored him up at the back. Since he's come in, Aston Villa was a really good defensive performance. They lost that 1-0. Losing 1-0 at Villa Park is no bad thing. They defended really well in that one. And they had a goal ruled out as well, Wolves. They were quite unlucky. They could have got a point at Villa, if not more. Then they lost narrowly against Forest here at the weekend. Again, not a terrible defeat. Forest are not a bad side. I know they've not been brilliant in the league this season themselves, but they're a good side, aren't they? We know they've got ability. And that wasn't a terrible defensive performance either. They missed a couple of sitters in that. John Arias missed an absolute sitter. And then tonight is the worst performance of the Rob Edwards reign. I just feel like there is an opportunity for him to turn it round with Wolves, but they're going to have to do something in January. They're going to have to go into the January market and go and bring 4 or 5 in. And I do mean 4 or 5. 2 or 3 is not going to be good enough. You need to go and bring 4 or 5 in. And Premier League experience. Do you know what, actually, we keep talking about going in. I said before, didn't I? Go and get maybe some players from the Championship. That's not what Wolves need, you know. Wolves need players like... Go and get players on loan from Arsenal and Chelsea and United and, you know, City and Liverpool. Go and get some players. I mean, we've got no defenders to give you. But go and get some. Go and get Harvey Elliott. Go and get Harvey Elliott from Villa. See if Liverpool will give you Harvey Elliott for half a season. We'd do that. If he's not going to play at Villa, send Harvey Elliott to Wolves. That's a really good signing. That's a smart one. He isn't going to play at Villa. Here's Amad Diallo. Strike. No. Kyle, what is the goal for your channel? What would be ideal for the future? The future. See, I was saying this last night, mate. I'm quite modest. I'm quite happy with just I don't want to take over the world and be the biggest watch-along channel or anything like that. If we get some big numbers, I love it. It's great. More the merrier. I love talking to you lads in the chat, lads and lasses. But I'm pretty chill with, you know, if I can make this a living, then fantastic. If I can't, then I can't. But I've given it a good go. It's been a wonderful year. I've done it for a year so far. I'm 1 year in, and I've had a wonderful time watching football. But at some point, probably in January, we've earmarked January as the time. By January, that'll be 1 year that I've started the channel. If it's not looking like it's going to make even a meagre living, then I'll probably have to kind of jack it in and go and get a job. Again, because I quit my job to do this, to deliberately do this, try it for a year, see what happens. So we'll see. But I'm pretty relaxed. It's all good. Brendan says, we've got a chance of a point when we play Wolves, in fairness. And Blake says, it's a big risk bringing 4 or 5 if they go down. Depends who they sign, though. Like, do you remember, like, if you go and get players like Connor Cody, I'm not saying Connor Cody per se, but someone like that. It's a free kick here for Fernandes on the edge of the box. This is going in, this. This is going in. Oh, over the bar. Only just, though. And it's a corner. Unlucky. Yeah, players like Connor Cody, or like Ben Mee, or Tarkovsky, or not them exact players, but you know what I mean? I'm talking like a seasoned Premier League centre-back. They need about 2 or 3 of them. 2 or 3 of them in an ideal world. Goliath, you keep getting shown on the reactions now. That's got to be a great thing. Yeah, I mean, that's helping. I think that's helping. It's good. I think when I looked the other day, I think 5%. 5% of all my views are coming from people searching my name, which is a very powerful thing. That's an odd. It's a bit unsettling, but 5% of all the views on this channel in the last 3 months are all from people searching Key Thomas or Nigel, keep doing your great coverage. Cheers, Nigel. Very much appreciate it, mate. Good to have a Norwich fan on. We've had a few Norwich fans on. We've done some Norwich games this season. Hopefully we'll do some more with Philippe Clement coming in. It was a difficult game against Watford the other night. I thought you did quite well in that one. Took the lead, just threw it away at the end. But I still think Norwich will stay up with him. Ball over to the far side. Chance. United should be... Oh, there's a claim for an handball. No. Cleared away. They're hanging on here, Wolves, now. Goliath, I hope you don't knock it on the head. I've found a new gang, it feels like. It is nice, isn't it? We've got a lovely little community here. I like it. I really do enjoy it. Nathan, why aren't you on TikTok live? I got suspended on TikTok, mate. Yeah. Oh, that's an handball. That's a clear handball and a penalty. That's going to be handball and a penalty for sure. Absolute certain that's going to be checked. I'd be amazed if this isn't checked. Should be a penalty to United, this. Has to be. Are they not going to check it? It's got to be a penalty, this. It's nailed on. Watch it. Watch him here. He throws his arm out. That's a penalty every day of the week. Is he going to go and check it? Yeah, it's a penalty. It's a clear penalty. Clear as day. Clear as day. Blake says Anfield agenda cannot be allowed to be the face of Liverpool streamers. Yeah, well, offering people out, offering fights to people. Offering fights to people who disagree with him. Nathan, whose side are you on, Slot or Salah? I'm on Liverpool's side, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Slot fan. I'm not a Salah fan. I'm a Liverpool fan. And the best thing for Liverpool is you have to back the manager. You always back the manager. Most important person at the football club. So I'm always going to be backing the manager. Always, always, always. So Mo Salah needs to do better, but he's a legend. I love him to bits, but he needs to do better, and what he did was unacceptable. Oh, this shy boy. Oh, mate, it's just... I love you. It's very kind of you, mate. Really, really kind of you. Big up, Key. Thank you for the super chat. It's been a pleasure getting to participate in a chat with you and everyone else. Looking forward to the match tomorrow night. I'll be streaming from work. Oh, lovely. What do you do for... I mean, you don't have to tell me, by the way. You're saying it to an audience around the world here, but... Do you mind? I'm always intrigued when people say what they do for work. I worked in recruitment for many years, so I'm always fascinated at what people do for a living. Reece says Key wouldn't be able to survive without his most important delusional Arsenal fan. I'd still just pop in. I'd just pop into certain comments from time to time. It's going to be a penalty to United here, 4-1. I'm telling you, it's shocking. This, absolutely shocking. Nathan says, I think they both need to leave. Not for me. I like Slot. I don't want him to go. I didn't want him to go before this. I still don't want him to go. For me, he gets a pass for this season. But here we go. It's going to be, I'm pretty confident, 4-1 to Manchester United. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on already. Oh, I've moved it up to 7-1. 4-1. There you go. I'm putting it on the screen already. He scored this. He scored it. Bruno. Shite. Absolute shite. 4-1 to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes with his second of the night. Wolves 1. Manchester United 4. Crap. Goliath, I work from home managing an IT team. Oh, lovely. And this shy boy, I do quality testing, engineering for high complex cables. Oh, nice. I love that. That's cool. It's fascinating because I never did anything anywhere near that complex or interesting. Mine was always people-facing, sales, advertising, recruitment. Did a bit of warehouse stuff and working in a hospital when I was a bit younger. But, yeah. Oh, no! The Wolves clowns turned his back on him. This shy boy, thanks for asking, Key. No problem. Listen, I wanted to ask whether or not you wanted to share it or not. You don't have to by any means. Tell me to mind your own business, Key. It's nothing to do with you. Mark Moss. Sire Mark Moss. How's it going, Mark? Good to have you on the channel, mate. And Reese, I'm a civil servant. It's not as exciting as it sounds. Civil servant? What is a civil servant? I don't even know what one is. It sounds intriguing. I'm going to Google it. What is a civil servant? What is a civil servant? Very nearly said, what is a civil partnership there? That's what it came up on Google. I haven't been Googling that. Happily married. To a lady. A civil servant is a politically impartial employee of the government. Oh, you're a government worker, are you, Reese? Oh, you dirty traitor. Don't tell Reese any of your business. He'll grass you in. Callum says, what stream did AA call someone out? AA? 3-star Reds, I'm gutted, Key. Just cashed me bet out about 10 minutes ago for 60 quid. I needed Fernandes, 2 shots on target for 155 quid. And up he steps and does me. Still happy, a win is a win. Well, it's been a good night for Bruno Fernandes. Not only has he got 2 goals, he's got an assist as well. And we should have really seen it coming. We should have, shouldn't we? That first half, Wolves were dreadful. They were all over the place. Mason Mount's gone off and Patrick Dorgu's come on. Xerxes has come on for Dalot. Or rather, Xerxes for Mount, Dorgu for Dalot, isn't it? So it's the other way around. Goliath, Key, you've been very amusing tonight. What are you trying to say? I'm not normally. I do my best. My dad was telling me a story earlier today. I had to laugh. He was out in the car with my brother, and he was out in the car with my brother, and just as they drove out to the street, police car pulled them over. This is a true story, by the way. It's not just like a joke or anything. Pulled them over and said, "My dad's driving. My big brother's in the front passenger seat," and police car stopped him and said, "Oh, do you mind if I have a look in the back of your car, sir?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. Why? What's up?" And he said, "Oh, we've had a spate of burglaries in the area, and we're just checking any suspicious vehicles." And he was like, "Yeah, fine, no problem. Have a look." So goes and has a look. Nothing there. And then he comes round to the passenger side and looks at my brother and goes, "So are you known to the police? Are you wanted for anything?" And my dad, just before my brother can enter, my brother's looking, going like, my dad goes, "Yeah, he is." And the policeman's face lit up. My dad said he lit up. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a collar here. I'm gonna get me first cop of the day," sort of thing. And my dad said, "Yeah, non-payment of rent." I had to laugh anyway. I thought that was funny. Copper started laughing and said, "On your way, gents." But there you go. That's the level of humour you get in my family. So, Reece says, me and Keir are best friends. Meet up with him for a few bevs the other day. Crownshaw out. Shell says Brackley Town 1, Burton Albion 3 in the FA Cup. And, Brendan, sorry. Oh, Brendan, thank you very much, mate. Again, very kind of you. People, again, that's really lovely of you to do. I appreciate it so much. Don't feel like you have to. It's very, very nice that you do that. I massively, honestly, from my heart, I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. But I also just love having people in the chat. If you can't do it, you can't do it. That's also absolutely fine. The Shy Boy says, "Oh my God, no." Surprise eviction. And Blake says, "You just don't get that level of humour and niche references anywhere else." Oh, my dad's Your dad's different class. Tolga, I will make those who follow you rich. Well, we're still waiting on a fourth goal in this second half, Tolga. You said there'd be 4 in the second half. If there is 4 in the second half, that's some going. Callum says, what stream did Anfield Agenda call someone out on? No, he went, I don't know what, it was the other night, wasn't it? I saw the clip. The clip was going all over Twitter. If you just search on Twitter, Anfield Agenda, knock someone out or knock them out, have a look. Have a look, you'll see it. Nathan, you don't get this on Sky Sports. And Gary, how does it feel being behind Amarim's army? It doesn't bother me, mate. It doesn't. We're behind Everton. We can't sink much lower. We're lower than a snake's belly at the minute, mate. Below everyone. We're below everyone. Forget United. We're below Everton. You can't hurt us at the minute. We're impervious to pain. Gary says, how does it feel being... Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Yeah, what stream did Anfield Agenda do it on? If you go and have a look on Google or on Twitter, you'll see. He said, I'll spin your fucking jaw, mate. I'll spin your jaw, and I'll spin your mate's jaw next to you. I'll go through your mate as well. Because you're all shitbags. Gary the Geezer, are you still slotting? Yes, absolutely still slotting. 100% slotting. Sam, the Wolves fan. He's not happy. I'm not surprised. 4-1. It's not good. Hey, up, Bryn. How's it going, Bryn? Yeah, listen, you can't hurt Liverpool at the minute by saying I can't believe you're below United. We're below Everton. We're below Everton. Anything's possible. Everton are your parent club. Listen, Liverpool wouldn't even exist if Everton just paid the fucking rent. If they just shut up and paid the rent. I think if they had the time again, they'd just go back and pay the rent. They wouldn't even have to deal with us then, would they? I'd have grown up an Everton fan. Brendan says, are you sure that was Anfield Agenda? He's normally very level-headed. Oh, I am sure it was Anfield Agenda. I'll try and find the clip. I promise you, it was funny. It was very funny. Carragher or Salah. I support Liverpool, mate. I don't support any of them. I don't support any one person over another. I love the club. They're in again here, United. This could be 5. No, well defended. For a change. Bryn, you're on afterbirth. That's what they are. Afterbirth. That's what them gobshites are. How long's that? 9? 9 added minutes. Jesus Christ, ref. Do you know what? There's got to be something. There's got to be something in these referees, like giving time added on. Just, the game's done. The game's over. Do you know what? I think it was Mick McCarthy. Mick McCarthy was getting beat. Have you seen this on the podcast? Mick McCarthy was I think he was managing Reading. And they were getting beat 5-0 at full time at home, right? And the fourth official walks over with the board, right? And Mick McCarthy, before he could put the board up, Mick McCarthy he walked over to him and he said, if there's any more than 2 minutes on that board, I'm going to boot you up and down this touchline. Because he was 5-0 down, and it was like, why are you adding more minutes on? Like, the game's done. This is just horrible. This is just torture. 9 minutes. Hey, Joe, how's it going? I'm Brendan. I was trying to buy your support for Salah. Didn't work. A man of integrity. Hey, if you ramp it up a little bit, I might be full team Salah in then. I'm only playing. But no, listen, I'm not going to choose one side over another. I don't think you should do. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're a Liverpool fan. Doesn't mean you have to be Team Slot or Team Salah. I love Mohamed Salah. I want him to be in the Liverpool side because I still believe he's one of the best players in the world. But he can't behave as he did. He just can't. He can't accept that. Poor. Still 7 minutes left. Hey, Tolga could be right here, you know. Taylor Hive says, Edwards sacked, surely. Sacked? How can he be sacked? You can't say he's sacked. You can't say he's sacked. He's only been appointed 3 games ago. Tolga, I'm the only person in the world who has solved the betting system. I'm doing coding. But we're still waiting for the 4th goal. If there's a 4th goal, then you bang on the money. Joe, good mate, I'm having some peace while it lasts. Nerves are tingling already. Please win, lads, otherwise I'll be getting fucking rinsed. Bruno hat-trick, says Gary the Geezer. Hey, Joe, I'm doing you lads on Wednesday. I've decided I'm not doing... Did you say you were going to Bayer Leverkusen? Which of the away games was you doing? It wasn't Bayer Leverkusen, was it? I'm doing Newcastle. People were saying earlier, are you going to do Real Madrid City, or what game are you doing Wednesday? I'm doing Liverpool against Inter Milan tomorrow at the San Siro. Make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed. I'm going to be live for that one. And then I'm doing Bayer Leverkusen Newcastle on Wednesday. Thursday, I'm going to do either Villa against Bâle or Shelbourne against Crystal Palace. Prince Rupert, Wolves waited too long to sack Vitor Pereira, I think. I just feel like they got the summer transfer window well wrong, Wolves, and they're going to have to do something in January to try and put that right. They're... this is great play. That's going to be a foul, surely. Give it off. Good play, Xerxes. Well done. United are playing well this time. I mean, Wolves aren't really offering much up, but chance here. Nah, good defending. 3-star Reds, ramp up the support even more. Brendan and Key might even show Liverpool Forest goals on the stream. And Joe, PSG pal had some shite with ticket system online crap. It's a shame that. My dad's been to Bayer Leverkusen away. It's a good place, good ground. The Bay Arena. They sing rocking all over the world if they score a goal. Couldn't care less about Leverkusen, pal. We could get beat 8-0 if they wanted to. Wolves, come on. I know the game's dead, but have a bit of pride in the last few minutes here. Try and get one back. Bit of self-respect. Itty! Go on! Oh, unlucky. Better, much better. Gary says, why don't you collab with other LFC YouTubers? I don't know. They might not want to collab with me. I don't know. I'm a dirty wool. Liverpool fans don't tend to like Wolves like me, because I'm technically from outside of the city limits. I'm a Liverpool fan originally from St Helens, which is just, I mean, it's 20 minutes from Anfield. I was 25 minutes from Anfield. That's where I've grown up. So it's not like I'm on the other side of the world. Not that there'd be a problem with that either, but yeah, I don't know if they'd want to collab with me. They might do. If they do, if anyone's watching and you want to collab, I'll collab with anyone. Me, you know me. I'm chill. Taylor says Wolves going down, and Joe says collab with Anfield Agenda for a boxing match. I'll spin his jaw. Oh, yeah, easy. Xerxes gets a buck in there. That was unnecessary. Right, so we've got 3 minutes left here. Here's Mane. Bueno. Well done. Diallo, good defending to be fair, and they've given it away. Brian and Burmo wins it back. Poor, very, very poor from Wolves all night, and it's finishing exactly the same. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be... Do we think there's going to be boos at full time? I'll turn the volume up as the full-time whistle is going, and we'll listen to the boos, because I think we might get a few boos here. Taylor says Bellegarde's been their best player by far. I feel really sorry for Sam Johnstone. I look at... He couldn't have done anything with the goals, and he's just been totally and utterly exposed by his defence. Gary says Amorim would still bring on 2 centre-backs even if we had Ronaldinho, Kaka, R9 and Maradona on the bench. He's very risk-averse, isn't he, Amorim? And Prince Rupert says, are those Wolves fans shouting ole ole with every pass? Surely not. No, I think it's the United away fans. United away fans are notoriously loud. They're a good travelling crew, United fans. Joe, did you see Slot's comments about Murphy? Well, it wasn't about Murphy. It wasn't about Murphy. People have liked to make it about Murphy, but he didn't actually say anything about Jacob Murphy. What he said is, we haven't got a player with the profile of Jacob Murphy. In other words, we haven't got someone that can get up and down the touchline and get the boots white a little bit. That's not what we're about. We haven't got that. All of our wingers get the ball, cut in, narrow the pitch up. We haven't got a Jacob Murphy that will pick the ball up and like, stretch the pitch. Paul Slater says, very few LFC YouTubers are Scouse, so you'd be fine. Well, the main ones then. Anfield Rap and the Red Men and people like that. The ones with credibility. Other LFC YouTubers, I'll be honest, there's not many that I follow. I don't really watch it. The Anfield Rap does some good stuff and the Red Men do some good stuff, but the others aren't really my bag. To each their own, everyone likes what they like. But it's not really my thing. Brendan says, what's the record low number of wins? Sheffield United or Derby? Well, Derby a low number of points, but I think Sheffield United might be number of wins. I don't know. Taylor says, are you doing a Championship 12:30 on Saturday as there's no 12:30 key? No, I'm not, mate. No, I'm doing a 3 p.m. There's a Liverpool playing at 3 p.m. So I'm going to do the 3 p.m. game. Liverpool are away at home against Brighton, aren't we? So I'm going to be doing Liverpool-Brighton at 3 o'clock. Right, full time. Not really any boos. I mean, I guess they don't want to... They'll boo the players there, I think, the Wolves fans. They'll boo the players off. They're certainly not going to boo the manager off. Or, but some of the quality on the display there from Wolves is alarming, isn't it? It's really, really concerning. Manchester United, for my part, I thought they did really well. They were presented with a couple of goals, but you've also got to put the team away in front of you, and they did it quite well. You can't really complain about any of the second half goals. They did really well, and 4-1 probably suits them. 4-1's the first scoreline. They battered Wolves, and it's a good result for United. Difficult away ground last season. Not so much this season, although Liverpool will find a way to drop points here, I'm promising you. Brendan says, I think his exact words were, Salah isn't on Jacob Murphy's level. Yeah, that shitbag Salah isn't anywhere near as good as Jacob Murphy. Paul Slater, never met a Liverpool supporter with credibility. All Telly-Pudlians. What do you mean Telly-Pudlians? That's not true. There's loads of... I mean, I don't know, Paul. I don't know who you support, or I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you're from. But most Liverpool fans in the city go the game. And that's why there's such a sort of angsty, if you're outside the city, oh, you're a day tripper. 3-star Red says, see you later, Key. No worries, man. See you soon. And Twisted Fate, respect for that, Key. No, listen, I'll say, if United play well, They're up to 6th. They are 1 point off the top 4. 1 point. And Liverpool need to get their act together. Liverpool play Brighton this weekend. Liverpool have to win that one. Massively have to win that one. Paul Slater says, no, they don't. Liverpool fans in the city absolutely go the game. Of course they do. Of course they do. Taylor, how come you don't turn it up a little normally for the full game? Just because it gets copyright striked. Kyle says, so happy I was wrong. We're all from Norway and have a Sky Sports season pass, says Callum. Yeah, again, that's the stick that Everton fans will use to beat us with. Same as Everton fans, there's a lot of Everton fans from Wales, isn't it? Taylor says, in a bit, Key, no worries, Taylor. See you in a bit, mate. Take it easy. See you on the next one. But yeah, listen, like I said, there's a large cross-section of Scouse Liverpool fans who go the game. Thousands of them. Not saying they go every week. Season tickets are very, very hard to come by. Paul says tourist club. Well, yeah, we're a big club, and certainly it's harder to get tickets nowadays than it was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, much, much easier to get tickets. before Klopp came in. Very, very, well, not very easy to get tickets, but you could get them easier than you can now, and they were cheaper than they are now. Now, the only way you're getting tickets to big games, really, is if you know someone who's got tickets, or touts, to be honest. And it's crazy expensive. It's not like Everton. It's not like Everton. You can't go down and pay on the door, walk down, get a dad and lad ticket at Everton, no problem. It's not like that at Anfield. Tickets are sold out well before they've even gone on sale. Ginga says, shocking first half. I'd like to think Amorim absolutely tore them all a new one at half time. Much improved second half. Yeah, absolutely. Shay told you Mount would score key. Yeah, he ran that one down my throat, didn't he? Fucking hell, Mason Mount, I was giving him stick and he's absolutely done me there. Absolutely done me. Oh, well, hey, all's well that ends well anyway. I was hoping United would fall apart tonight. I was hoping that we'd maybe see Wolves pick up a point or do something that would hurt United, but no, I don't think it's quite panned out that way, has it? Pup says, what Europa Conference game are you planning on Thursday? Well, let's decide, shall we? I haven't decided. I haven't done the thumbnails for Thursday yet, so let's do it now. You can tell me, what game should we do on Thursday? I'm happy to do 2. So maybe there's a 5:45. Here are the 5:45s on Thursday that might be of interest. Fiorentina v Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Zagreb v Betis. Ooh, my team, FC Midtjylland against Genk. That'd be good. Here we go. FC Utrecht against Forest. We should probably do that one, shouldn't we? 5:45, Utrecht against Forest. There's also Ferencvaros. Robbie Keane's Ferencvaros against Rangers, 5:45. And then at 8 o'clock, Aberdeen, Strasbourg. Shelbourne, Crystal Palace. Celtic v Roma. Bâle against Aston Villa. If we could do 2 of those games, which would it be? Would you do the Forest Utrecht one? And then which of the 3 at 8 o'clock would you be doing? Bâle v Villa, Celtic Roma, Shelbourne Palace. Let me know in the chat if you've got any strong opinions. Goliath says Palace would be good, and Bruno Fernando Tate says it was popped up on our social. Please click on the link below and St John and Goals Day service. Come on, let's see what love is. I don't know what that means, Bruno. Pup says Rangers are the early kick-off. And Paul, I know a steward at Anfield who spends all his time showing season ticket holders where they sit. Mate, listen, I know the feeling, believe me, because one of my best mates is a season ticket holder, and his dad is a steward on the Stretford end. And it's exactly the same at Old Trafford, and it's maybe just part and parcel of being a big successful club. It's just what happens. It is just what happens, sadly. And Everton haven't yet experienced that, because to be honest, they've not had success for 30 odd years, have they? Plus, they've just moved to a much bigger stadium. But in time, maybe they will. Who knows? If the Friedkin group pull the finger out. Kieran Ballard. Good to see you, Kieran. What was your opinion on the Mo Salah interview? Opinion on the Mo Salah interview was it was bang out of order. He shouldn't have done it. It was massively disrespectful to all the people that he claims to care about, namely his teammates, the fans, and the club as a whole. He disrespected all 3, and he shouldn't play. In my opinion, I think he shouldn't play for the club again until he does an apology, a public apology. However, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to be very, very stern and adamant that he's not going to apologise, but Liverpool will still put him in the side against Brighton. I think he starts against Brighton at the weekend, and he probably, maybe he scores, maybe he does well, I don't know, but if he doesn't, the club can't lose. Arne Slot cannot lose. If he puts him in against Brighton, it's absolutely the best move. It's a really smart move, because Salah can't win in that one. He physically can't win. Lisha says, hey Key, hope you're well. Just checking in to ask what was the final score. Asking for a friend. I mean, well done, mate. You've beat Wolves. It's kind of like the Neville Southall meme, that with Michael Owen. Well done, he's 13. That's kind of what it is. You beat Wolves. Great. Well done. Amazing. Couldn't beat Grimsby, though, could you? Just checking for a friend. Who have you got in next round at League Cup? Hey, you've got Brighton in the FA Cup next round, haven't you? Brighton will put you out. Brighton will definitely put United out. Right. So yeah, listen, I'm not going to stick around too long because it's 10:05. But I am going to be back tomorrow night for Inter Milan against Liverpool. It is a absolutely gargantuan game. It's massive. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Liverpool playing without Mo Salah. We haven't got Cody Gakpo. We haven't got Federico Chiesa. We've got a lot of injuries. We're in really, really iffy form, I guess, and it's going to be very, very difficult to get a result at Inter Milan. 1 point off the top in Serie A. They're chasing the Scudetto. They're doing really well under Christian Chivu, and Lautaro Martinez is on fire. So it's going to be interesting to see how they approach it. Kieran says, why are you not live on TikTok? I normally watch you on there. I can't go live on TikTok, mate. I am suspended. I'm suspended on TikTok. They are very, very sensitive. I didn't do anything wrong, but I got a suspension for 72 hours. It just said, bang, live access revoked. This shy boy says, have a good night, Key. Big up, great time as always in the chat. Good lad. Prince Rupert, and thank you for the super chat as well, mate. Very unnecessary, but very, very kind. It really touched me. Very nice to have you in the chat. Another good addition to the Premier League dad community, I think. And up Vermont Green. Little shy boy. Prince Rupert says, cheers for the watch along. See you later, mate. Take it easy, Prince Rupert. Paul Slater says, season ticket holders sell their seats for profit on a game-by-game for profit. Listening to the crowd interviews. One Scouser in every 10. Mate, most of those doing that are Everton fans. You know that. There's probably at least 1,000 season ticket holders in Anfield who were Evertonians. They're not bothered. They got them, you know, the dads were Reds. The dads died. They got the season ticket. Dead man's shoes. And they now sell them to, you know, Koreans and Swedes and people coming over from the other side of the world for £2,000 a pop. They make a fortune on it. The club are trying to rein that in, but that's been the way for years. Yeah. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, by the way. It absolutely does. You bang on the money. It does exist. It's frustrating. It's annoying. But it's part and parcel of being a club that's at the top end of the league. I remember, I've grown up when Liverpool weren't winning a thing. We weren't winning anything when I first started supporting us. We didn't win anything for about the first 5 or 6 years when I supported us. In the early to mid-90s. We were crap. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think, when was it we went and got a game, went and got tickets on the door for a Champions League game once. And I can't remember what game it was. It might have been like Boa Vista or something like that. It was properly back in the day. But as the last time it's happened, I've never known Liverpool to be able to pay on the door at a European game. It just doesn't happen now. Doesn't happen. Goliath says, score prediction. Score prediction for tomorrow, I think 2-2. Inter 2, Liverpool 2. Brendan says, who has replaced Salah in the squad for Inter? Engamo has gone. Lucky, the centre-back, Lucky has gone as well. We need a centre-back, to be honest. Let's be honest, we're desperate for someone to play centre-back. So there's going to be some changes, but I still expect the team will be quite similar. It'll be Ekatike as a centre-forward. Isak as centre-forward, Ekatike off the left, Wirtz maybe off the right, or Szoboszlai off the right, Wirtz in the 10, maybe McAllister or Jones and Gravenberch sitting, and then the same back four, probably Bradley, Kirkes, Konate, Van Dijk, Alisson. That's what you're going to see tomorrow. But we haven't got an awful lot of options off the bench. That's going to be a real issue for us. We haven't got an awful lot off the bench. If anyone does get injured, if anyone's tired, if anyone's not playing well, if we need to change things, there's not going to be a huge amount of options. But Mason Mount absolutely beaming here in an interview. He's played really, really well tonight. Didn't think he'd thrive in that centre-forward position, but he played all right, didn't he? And Bruno Fernandes with a great game as well. Right. I think I'm going to end the stream there, guys. Thank you very much to everyone in the chat. Lots of love. Really appreciate you all. If you haven't already, please do consider hitting like on the video. It massively helps me. And if nothing else, maybe even subscribe as well. I'm live every single day. Like I say, I'm live tomorrow for Inter against Liverpool. Live on Thursday for 2 Europa League, Conference League games. Live Wednesday, Newcastle away at Bayer Leverkusen. And on Friday, who've we got Friday? Friday's a championship game, innit? Who's on Friday night? Friday night, Sheffield United, is it? West Brom. West Brom v Sheffield United we're doing on Friday night. Big game in the Championship. One of those two, if they get a win, could probably push themselves back up towards the playoffs. But a draw does neither one of them any good. Right, lots of love. Take it easy. Enjoy your Monday night. And, yeah, congratulations to Man United. Shit houses. Paul, sorry, Paul. So Evertonians are keeping Liverpool season tickets, mate. You're nuts, and shouldn't the club just do ID checks? No, they do. Yeah, have a look. I promise you. You can look into this. I promise you. Don't just take my word for it. Absolutely, that is what's happening. There's Evertonians who've got Liverpool season tickets, and they tout them. There's Liverpool fans who do it as well, but there's Evertonians with them because it's dead man's boots. That's how you. There's an old joke at Anfield that goes round that there's season ticket holders in the Kop who are 140 years old. It's true. I promise you. 140 years old. There's the season ticket holders who just keep renewing, and it's not them. It's the sons. It's the family, because it's far too much money to keep to hand. If you hand that back to the club, all you're doing is giving a load of money away. They keep the money, even if they've no interest in going the game. Keep the money, list the tickets on the touts, and you can give your tickets away. The clubs haven't found a meaningful way of stopping touts. It's still happening, and it's always going to happen, sadly. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll talk more about it tomorrow in the Inter game, I'm sure. Hopefully you're around for it, Paul. Take it easy, man. Have a good night. Enjoy your Monday night. Take it easy. Ta-ra.